As we welcome you in to Arundel Olympic Swim Center. It is electric here in Annapolis, Maryland for the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. Oh, we have so many great folks on hand here tonight with a big thanks behind the scenes to Eric Cloyd, Chris Kowal, Brian Tankersley, Luke Candelas. Next to me, Spencer Mann, who'll be calling play-by-play and color commentary with me. I'm Wiley Baker. So glad you could join us for another version of AACPS Championship Athletics. It is swimming tonight, and we are looking forward to some great boys and girls competitions. And Spencer, we've done this before throughout the season. We had a pair of swim double headers. Boy, oh boy, we had a great time. It's hotter in here than it was when it's just 4 teams. There are 14 teams here today, and we're super excited about what is going to transpire.
Yeah, swimming is always such an exciting sport. It's so fast-paced. You never know who's going to win until that final buzzer, and it'll be fun to watch as we have all 14 of our Anne Arundel County swimming teams here with us tonight. It'll be very exciting to see them all perform, especially winners from last year like Severna Park, Broadneck, and Crofton.
We want to thank Clayton Culp, our coordinator of athletics of Anne Arundel County Public Schools, as well as our commissioner of AACPS swimming. That's Katie Holmes. She always does a tremendous job. To our left tonight, we're excited to have John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael O'Bara, and Brent Canaday, who will be helping us out with final results. And, of course, our cameras all over the place. Since we're on AACPS TV, we have unlimited resources with Eric Cloyd at the helm and his great staff. We're excited to be here. Of course, you can see this on demand as well, aacps.org/YouTube, as we pause for the playing of our national anthem. Well, you can hear the electricity here at Arundel Olympic Swim Center, home of the Anne Arundel County Public Schools County Swimming Championships. And, of course, we'll have everything from the exciting relays to the sprint events to the long races. And, of course, we have the in essence, 2-miler, should we say, where we have the swimmers go up and back 10 times. Hey, is that Katie Holmes on with us? There she is. We just mentioned our commissioner, Katie Holmes. Excited that she is our leader. So the pool, 25 yards in length, and up and back is 50. So we'll see the sprints, we'll see the long races, and there is the whistle as Spencer Mann. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Couldn't be more ready.
So I'll be starting things off in the first half of things after our halftime break. Spencer will be starting things off in the second half. We have the men's 200-yard medley relay. So it does go men and then women. And we have 2 heats in the men's 200-yard medley relay. Heat 1 of 2, lane 2. And again, from the bottom is lane 1. At the top of your screen is lane 8. Lane 2, Northeast. Lane 3, North County. Lane 4, Glen Burnie. Lane 5, Chesapeake. Lane 6, Southern. And in the relays, with the team relays, it goes backstroke and then alphabetical order. Breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. With the individuals, it's a little different as the swimmers actually dive into the pool, so they obviously can't start. Well, I guess they could start with the backstroke. That would be kind of hard, though. As, of course, the better qualifying times get the middle of the pool, but right now, lane 3 in the lead, and that is North County. The Knights with about a body length lead, but coming up quickly in lane 4 are the Gophers of Glen Burnie. Oh, it's almost a dead heat, hitting the wall. What a great wall hit by the Gophers, and they take a half a body length, almost a body length lead as they finish the second leg. Into the pool go the Gophers. The Knights are next in the pool, and then in lane 5, it's Chesapeake. Hitting the wall first, Glen Burnie on the third leg. This is the butterfly. You can tell because the arms go way out, just like a butterfly. Again, backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and now here's the freestyle. Glen Burnie with about a quarter of a pool length lead. North County in second, Chesapeake in third.
It's been some incredible wall taps from Glen Burnie to get them out into what is a larger lead when it was initially so neck and neck.
Yeah, we talked about when you hit that wall, if you can stay underwater a little extra time, then you can really get an extra push and an extra advantage. And it's going to be the Glen Burnie Gophers in lane 4. In lane 5 with a great surge, Chesapeake comes in second with North County finishing in third. What a push by the Chesapeake Cougars, who were in third the majority of the race. But Glen Burnie take that heat with a time of 1 minute, 59.63 seconds. Chesapeake in second at 2:01:36. North County in third at 2:04:57. And then Southern and Northeast. Heat 2 of 2. Lane 1, Arundel. Lane 2, South River. Lane 3, Broadneck. Lane 4, Annapolis. Lane 5, Crofton. Lane 6, Severna Park. Lane 7, Old Mill. Lane 8, Severn Run. Backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. Up and back one time for each swimmer. Out in front initially, lane 5. That's Crofton, and a dead heat for second in about 3 or 4 lanes.
And the difference right now between 7th and 1st is maybe a body length or a body length and a half. This is neck and neck.
Annapolis with a heck of a leg kick on the wall, on the turn, and this is a big push by Annapolis in the breaststroke, as you can tell, up and down, bobbing up and down on the breaststroke. And now it's the butterfly, and Annapolis has taken the lead, but don't forget lane 3. That's Broadneck as they're coming up strong. First is still Annapolis in lane 4. Broadneck in lane 3 second. And lane 5 is Crofton, and now Crofton makes the move. Oh, look at this for first, second, and third to start the county championships. Here we go. It's the freestyle. Battling for 1, 2, and 3. Annapolis ahead. By a head. Listen to this crowd. Oh, what a kick on the wall by Crofton. Will they be able to catch up? It looks like Annapolis is going to be able to hold off the other two. And it is Broadneck.
Wow.
Broadneck by 0.03 of a second. And then Annapolis in second by 0.03 of a second. Broadneck, 138.26. Annapolis, 138.29. Crofton, 138.32 for first, second, and third. It can't get closer than that, Spencer.
No, it really can't. And that is the exact way we're going to start this off. You can feel the energy in this place. My ears are still ringing from all the screaming. I'll tell you what a way to start off this county championship matchup.
Well, Broadneck boys looking to defend their county championship from 2025. They were first, Crofton was second, Severna Park was third, but now for the girls, 200-yard medley relay.
Here in this first heat, lane 1 is empty. Lane 2 will have Meade High School. Lane 3, Old Mill High School. Lane 4, North County. Lane 5 is empty. Lane 6 will be Southern Arundel, and lane 7 will be Glen Burnie.
In 2025, Severna Park finished in first. Broadneck in second, Crofton in third in the championships. And I'm not just talking about the relay, I'm talking about the entire championships. But this is a great women's 200-yard medley relay. What a way to start things off with the men. My goodness,
Absolutely.
in the 200-yard medley relay. Goodness.
Here in the women's, it seems North County is pulling off to an early lead as they will get their second swimmer in the water first. They'll be followed by Old Mill, Southern Arundel, and Meade High School. Coming up now is Glen Burnie, still fighting, getting their second swimmer in the water. North County already on the second leg of their second lap, looking to get that third swimmer in the water. Swimming now is Evie Von Berg, who will pass it off to Aliso Martinez Castro. It is a great lead for North County, who is currently in first place. However, second, third, and fourth are all neck and neck between Meade, Old Mill, and Southern. All of them have their next swimmers in the water as they are going to all hit the wall roughly at the same time, but it will be lanes 2 and 3, Meade and Old Mill, hitting ever so slightly before Southern. And North County will hit the water. And after them is Old Mill, followed by Meade.
I tell you what, Spencer, I was already sweating before everything even started, and now just, where's my beach towel? I'm telling you, what an exciting start we have had.
And in a surprising turn of events, it is now lane 3, Old Mill, that has taken the lead over North County, who had the lead the entire race. Old Mill will finish first. North County gets second, and a neck and neck for third. Southern will eke out Meade in an extremely close bout. But how about Old Mill making that comeback to get into first place? So in first, it is Old Mill, 2:20:43. In second is North County, 2 minutes, 24.33 seconds. And in third is Southern, 2 minutes and 26.7 seconds. Your Old Mill Patriots take home first in this first heat.
I tell you what, we found out, Spencer. Number one, it ain't over till it's over, like we've said all year long. And number two, do not cut your fingernails, because when you stretch out, I tell you, you could win by a fingernail.
Here in this second heat, in lane 1, we have Arundel. In lane 2, we have Severn Run. In lane 3, we have Severna Park. In lane 4, we have Broadneck. In lane 5, we have Crofton. In lane 6, we have South River. In lane 7, we have Annapolis. And in lane 8, we have Chesapeake.
Again, it's backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle in the team relays.
And already this is looking to shape up to be very close between lanes 6, 7, and 8. And 4 coming up now. And they're all going to hit the water at almost the same time. But it appears over in lane 5, that is Crofton High School, pulling ahead by maybe head and shoulders of lane 3 and 6, which is Severna Park and South River.
Yeah, great push off by South River in lane 6. It gives them a head lead.
And they've taken the lead. It is lane 6, 5, 4, and then 3. That is South River, Crofton, Broadneck, and Severna Park all neck and neck. And now it looks like lane 4. Broadneck is pulling ahead. Right behind them, it's going to be lane 5 hitting the wall first. That's Crofton. It is back and forth, ladies and gentlemen.
Crofton back in front. Holy cow, they keep going back and forth.
Here's Crofton as they're going to get their last swimmer in the water first. Not far behind is Broadneck and then Severna Park. Now South River gets a horse in the race. And here comes Severna Park. They're looking for second. It's going to be lanes 4 and 5 hitting the wall at about the same time. Crofton's got a lead on Broadneck. Here comes Severna Park in third. Broadneck's catching up. Are they going to get there first? Yes, they will.
Wow.
What a chase down in the final 25 for Broadneck to get first place in the second heat of the women's 200-yard medley relay.
Goodness gracious. Again, Broadneck comes from behind for the victory at 151.59, only winning by hundredths of a second.
Yeah, in second is 151.83 of Crofton, and in third, Severna Park, 152.25. Absolutely splittingly close right there.
All right. Are you having fun yet? Good baby. Now we go to the men's 200-yard freestyle. And just to remind you folks, we told you 2025. Back in 2024, that huge tie for first place between the Crofton and Broadneck men. South River finished in third. For the women, it was Broadneck, Severna Park, Crofton. And now here we go with heat number 1 of 3 of the men's 200-yard freestyle. In lane 1, heat 1. Lane 1, it's Calabrese Jordan of North County. Lane 2, Elijah Morales, Glen Burnie. Lane 3, Ian Heckelsberg, Chesapeake. Lane 4, Luke Berger, Severn Run. Lane 5, Calvin Marks, Arundel. Lane 6 is empty. Lane 7, Ethan Shoyelu, Glen Burnie. Lane 8 is open. This is up and back 4 times. Men's 200-yard freestyle. Again, the pool is 25 yards in length, which means up and back is 50. And this is the 200, and it is the freestyle. And lane 4, it is Luke Berger, who had the best qualifying time by about a second. He is cruising. Well, and just as I say that, lane 3, Ian Heckelsberg of Chesapeake is closing in as they hit the halfway point. Third place is lane 5, Calvin Marks of Arundel. And we've seen you cannot let up. You have got to have, Spencer, the flow. You have to have that mindset that you've just got to keep swimming hard, and you've got to have some type of juice left at the end because other swimmers are going to catch up to you otherwise.
In both of those women's races, we saw just that. The school that was in front the entire time ended up not placing first, so you've got to go 100% all the way.
And, of course, we saw it in the second heat of the men's 200-yard medley relay. That was insane, to say the least. That was unbelievable. I mean, it looked like Crofton had it most of the way. Annapolis looked like then they had it as they kept on dueling it with Crofton, and Broadneck came from behind as the defending county champions they are. Severn Run with about a pretty good lead in lane 4. About 3, maybe 10, and we have a finish. Luke Berger, Severn Run, 2:19.58. He finishes in first in lane 4. Lane 5, that is Calvin Marks of Arundel, finishing in second at 2:26.43. And finishing in third from Chesapeake is Ian Heckelsberg with a time of 2:35.12. The other swimmers continue to battle for the other finishing positions, as this is heat 1 of 3. Now, again, the time to beat for heat 2, 2:19.58. That's 2 minutes, 19.58 seconds. Finishing in fourth, shout out to Ethan Shoyelu, 3:05.67. And again, a lot of these swimmers in the early heats are very new swimmers. Let's give a shout out to Glen Burnie's Elijah Morales, finishing in 5th. And then in 6th, North County's Calabrese Jordan. Wiley Baker and Spencer Mann with you. A host of great folks over here with us. Eric Lloyd, Chris Kowal, Brian Tankersley, Luke Candelas, John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael Obora, Brent Canaday to our left. They're the timers. They're the officials. They're doing all the hard work. I tell you, we've got it easy. Good gravy. I mean, we are so blessed to be here for the AACPS Swimming County Championships 2026, live from the Arundel Olympic Swim Center here on AACPS TV. Here we go. Heat number 2. Lanes are full in this one, Spencer. Lane 1 nearest to us is Julian Orto of Crofton. Lane 2, as we work to the top of the screen, is Old Mill's Corey Steelman. Lane 3, North County's Daniel Martin. Lane 4, Davis Call, South River. Lane 5, Denver Straub, Severna Park. Lane 6, Nick Toms, Chesapeake. Lane 7, Jeremiah Berryhill, Southern. Lane 8, Landon Kuiper, Arundel. Here we go. I tell you what, we are blessed to have the screen with the timing on there. Again, it's up and back 4 times. And the lead in lane 4. And that's really the lane you want is lane 4 or lane 5 because you get that extra push from all the other lanes. You get a little extra juice. But right now, lane 4, Davis Call is in first from South River. Denver Straub closely in second in lane 5 from Severna Park. And now in third in lane 3 is Daniel Martin of North County. And pardon the camera, if Spencer and I are kind of going to be standing up, down, looking around all over the place. I tell you what, this can't get much more national than this. And this is nationally televised. You can see this forever on demand on AACPS TV, aacps.org/YouTube. Let's get back to the action. Lane 4, nice smooth stroke by Davis Call. And you know how it is in sports. You're an athlete, Spencer. It is all about that flow when, you do a sport, and especially in swimming.
Yeah, staying in rhythm is so important for anyone, especially in a relay or individual. For swimming, it makes it easier when you hit that wall to seamlessly get back into your stroke. Or maybe in the final 25 meters, 25 yards in this case, you're trying to go as hard as you can. When you're in your flow, it's a lot easier to do that. And these athletes have done a great job. And here you saw a more consistent ranking. They were very locked in down there and were able to keep in a good rhythm to find their placing.
As it is, Davis Call of South River finishing first, 1:56.23. He betters his qualifying time by about 3/10 of a second. In second place, Denver Straub of Severna Park. Finishing in third, Daniel Martin. So Call was in lane 4, Straub in lane 5, Martin in lane 3. So it's Call in first, Straub in second, and Martin in third. So the time to beat now is 1:56.23. As here we go, the lanes will be full in heat 3 of 3. All 8 lanes full in this one. Up and back 4 times in the men's 200-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Colin Brownell, Annapolis. Lane 2, Julian Hernandez, Annapolis. Lane 3, Julian Rager, Old Mill. Lane 4, Brendan Mahoney, Broadneck. Lane 5, Nathaniel Kelly, Severna Park. Lane 6, Jared Moran, South River. Lane 7, Jojo Navarro Monzo, Broadneck. Lane 8, Ryan Melodick, Crofton.
This is anyone's race right now. You see they're all so neck and neck.
I tell you, lanes 4 and 5. Wow. And now lane 3, Brendan Mahoney of Broadneck, Nathaniel Kelly of Severna Park, Julian Rager of Old Mill just about hit the wall at the same time. As they get to just about the halfway mark, it is lane 4 by a half of an arm. I don't know. That was dead heat there between Brendan Mahoney of Broadneck and Nathaniel Kelly of Severna Park. Too close to call. And they're calling Mahoney by 0.07 of a second, hitting the wall at the 100. I tell you what, this is going to come out down to the last 50. Too close to call. Looks like Broadneck has gotten the lead by a hair, and that's Brendan Mahoney. He's ahead by maybe a quarter of a body length, but right there.
Lane 3, Old Mill. Rager is going to pull out into second place. A great comeback, getting back into this race.
And here they come down the home stretch. Julian Rager trying to catch up to Brendan Mahoney. Nathaniel Kelly right there. 3, 4, 5. And look at lane 2. Look at lane 2. And lane 2 coming from behind that is Julian Hernandez with the huge comeback out of nowhere. 147.17 for Hernandez with a big last 50. 147.17 for Annapolis's Hernandez. In second place was Brendan Mahoney of Broadneck, and in third, it was Nathaniel Kelly of Severna Park.
And let me tell you what, he never placed top 3 in any of those initial wall taps over there. For him to just pull ahead in that last 25, talk about pacing yourself beautifully. An incredible job there.
Yeah, everybody focusing on the middle of the pool, and lo and behold, there came Hernandez from Annapolis for the victory. To the women's 200-yard freestyle with 4 heats here, Spencer.
A 4-heat race as we have only 3 lanes in use for this first heat. It is Emma McCready of North County, Lily Purdon of Northeast, and Naomi Hammond of Glen Burnie. And right now it is lane 4 in the lead. That is Lily Purdon of Northeast High School. Not far behind is lanes 3 and 5, Emma McCreary of North County and Naomi Hammond of Glen Burnie. And here is Purdon, who is by far ahead, maybe 2-3 body lengths ahead of the other swimmers, almost a quarter of the pool, probably a little more, as she will hit that back wall first. And here comes lane 5, Naomi Hammond of Glen Burnie, followed by Emma McCready of North County.
And we have a quick final result adjustment to make, Spencer, in that third heat of the men's 200-yard freestyle. Julian Hernandez of Annapolis was first, but it was Nathaniel Kelly by hundredths of a second from Severna Park finishing in second, and Brendan Mahoney of Broadneck finishing in third. That is official.
Lily Purdon has expanded her lead to about half the pool. And in second, pulling away now, is Naomi Hammond, followed by Emma McCreary of North County.
I tell you what, again, how many times can we say it? You've got to continue to swim out of absolutely nowhere. Julian Hernandez, as we're watching lanes 3, 4, and 5, Hernandez, that last 50 was so powerful by the Annapolis Panther, and Nathaniel Kelly would not give up. He continually trailed by just about a quarter of a body length, and bada bing, bada boom, right at the end. And, you know, just a shout out to Old Mill's Julian Rager, who finished in fourth, again, by hundredths of a second. But what a great performance by the Old Mill Patriot there in a top 4 that was something to remember.
Absolutely. That we have had a fiery start to our Swimming County Championships, that's for sure. As Lily Purdon is now almost a full pool ahead of the rest of the field, probably about 2/3. And it is still neck and neck between lanes 3 and 5. Emma McCreary of North County, Naomi Hammond of Glen Burnie. Lily Purdon is now in her final 25 as she is in the home stretch. Timers patiently waiting as she will now finish this race in first of Northeast. Lily Purdon, 3:17.68. Here come lanes 3 and 5, Emma McCreary and Naomi Hammond, North County and Glen Burnie.
And again, what you have right here, Spencer, is this is the future. These are swimmers you're going to see in later heats in later years. And that's what you're going to see in the heats 1, heats 2, if there are 3 or 4 heats. So again, these swimmers trying to get more and more experience. That's what they're doing right here, the 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championships.
Naomi Hammond will finish 3:43.50, followed by Emma McCreary of North County. And now we have the second heat Only 2 empty lanes, that being 1 and 8 in this one. In lane 1, we have Riley Watkins of Southern. We have Bryn Calicote in lane 3 of Chesapeake. In lane 4 of Old Mill is Beatrice Spranberger. In lane 5 of Southern is Lillian Martin. In lane 6 of Glen Burnie is Markella Sanderson. In lane 7 of Meade is Lauren Maradiaga. And now we have a clear advantage of lane 4 just over lane 3. That is Beatrice Spranberger. Beatrice Spranberger ahead of Bryn Calicote, Old Mill and Chesapeake respectively here in this second heat.
Yeah, Spranger has a brother swimming on the Old Mill Patriots as well. You talk about a kid. I interviewed him on our Athletes in Action show on AACPS TV and the YouTube channel. Eric Cloyd by my side for that down at our other big pool, the North Arundel Aquatic Center, and got a chance to talk to Oliver Spranger. Tell you what, a kid who has grown leaps and bounds in swimming. His sister in the pool right now.
She is in lane 4, Beatrice of Old Mill, currently in first place. Not far behind is Bryn Calicote of Chesapeake. And in third is lane 6, neck and neck with lane 5. That's Markella Sanderson and Lillian Martin of Glen Burnie and Southern. Here's lane 4. That's Beatrice Spranger in first. Behind her is Bryn Calicote of Chesapeake as they are headed for what will be a neck and neck finish. They'll enter their final 50. They're less than 2 seconds apart as lanes 5 and 6 here are neck and neck. For third place, they'll hit the wall at just about the same time. It will be by 0.03 of a second that in lane 6, lane 5, Lillian Martin is ahead of lane 6, hitting that wall as she has now expanded her lead to a little more than that. Here in lane 4, pulling far ahead of Bryn Calicote in lane 3 is Beatrice Spranger of Old Mill. Will finish in first, followed by, in lane 3, Bryn Calicote of Chesapeake. And here comes lane 5, neck and neck to begin the final 50, yet she was able to pull ahead in the final 50. That is Lillian Martin finishing third. In third, Lillian Martin of Southern with 2:52.17. In second, Bryn Calicote of Chesapeake High School, 2:44.67. In first, Beatrice Spranger, 2:38.13.
Good split by Spranger, too. She was under 40 seconds on that last split, which means that last up and back.
Now we have a full pool for these next 2 heats of some women's 200-yard freestyle action. In lane 1 is Leah Richards of Chesapeake High School. In lane 2 is Charlotte Shinneman of Old Mill. In lane 3, Maya Sands of South River. In lane 4, we have Austin Karasowicz.
I believe that is
Karasowicz. Part of my pronunciation there, of Crofton. In lane 5, we have Agina Eberly of Annapolis. In lane 6, Molly Ralph of Annapolis. Lane 7, Jocelyn McLemore of North County. And in lane 8, Isabella Estes of Arundel High School. Right now, it is lane 4. That is Austin Karasowicz.
We're doing as best as we can.
Austin Karasowicz is in first of Crofton High School. They're in lane 5 and 6 for second place. It is neck and neck between Agina Eberly and Molly Ralph. It's a shame Karasowicz is just such a great swimmer. I have to keep saying her name over and over again. As she will hit the wall first of Crofton High School. A great split for her, 36 seconds, not far behind Eberly and Ralph, both of Annapolis High School. And here is in first, hitting that wall first, is Karasowitz. Not far behind is Eberly and Ralph of Crofton and Annapolis, respectively. And so far, it is neck and neck between those three, and Eberly has caught up to Karasowitz, as now they are only head and shoulders apart. It is a great comeback there for Ralph in lane 5 of Annapolis High School. She is pulled ahead of her teammate Molly Ralph in lane 6, also of Annapolis. And I'll tell you what, Ralph might hit the wall first on this split. Yes, she will.
Wow.
The whole race, Karasowitz was ahead, and now here comes Ralph in the final 50. And here comes in lane 6, Molly Ralph might leapfrog Karasowitz. It'll be close, and it will be Eberly in first, Karasowitz in second, Ralph in third. Great persistence by Eberly to come back and get that win in third. Molly Ralph of Annapolis High School, 35-59 in second. That is Austin Karasowitz of Crofton, 37-63, and in first, those are the split times, pardon me. In third, Molly Ralph of Annapolis, 2:24.47. In second was Austin Karasowitz of Crofton, 2:23.86, and in first, Agina Eberly, 2:23.02.
Yeah, Agnia Eberly with a great swim there from Annapolis. She was able to make that a novel, not a short book, and she was able to get that victory.
Absolutely. Here in Heat 4, we have another full pool. Sam Wills of Arundel, Bennett Wallace of Brodnick in lane 2, Ava Malik of Severna Park in lane 3, Charlotte Reeder of Severn Run in lane 4, Cedar Gaudet in lane 5 of Severna Park Steep and Severna Park in lane 7, and Sage McGonigal of South River in lane 8.
Oh, this is a good swim. And again, you better be ready to swim the entire 200 or somebody's going to come from behind, and keep your eye on lane 2 because Bennett Wallace of Broadneck is a heck of a swimmer.
We've seen it all night. They come from behind victories. As right now, keyword, it is lane 5. That is Cedar Gallaudet of Broadneck, who is in first. Right behind her is Charlotte Reeder of Severn Run, as both of them are neck and neck, and now Gallaudet seems to pull ahead. Cedar Gallaudet will tap this wall first. An impressive 30-second split for her. Reeder, 31 seconds. In lane 2, as Wiley mentioned, it is Bennett Wallace of Broadneck in third. Broadneck holding out this top 3 with 2 of the 3 swimmers right now. Lane 5, that is Cedar Gallaudet of Broadneck, who is pulling ahead. Not far behind, lane 4, Charlotte Reeder of Severn Run. And in lane 2 and third will be Bennett Wallace of Broadneck. So in third, Bennett Wallace of Broadneck High School with a time of 2:07.29.
I told you better watch out for lane 5. I'm telling you, Cedar Gallaudet, a heck of a swimmer, and Bennett Wallace, heck of a swimmer.
Here in second is Charlotte Reeder of Severn Run, 2:02.44, and the only sub 2-minute time was in lane 5, Cedar Gallaudet, 1:59.68.
Yeah, how about that swim by Charlotte Reeder of Severn Run? Again, the newest school in the county, and she had a fabulous swim, splitting the 2 Broadneck Bruins and getting the silver there. Wow, great call there, Spencer Mann. As we head to the men's 200-yard individual medley. Now, again, we told you that the medleys for the teams would be backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle. This one, so the swimmers can dive into the pool. We start with the butterfly and then go alphabetical order. So it's butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. 200-yard individual medley, heat 1 of 2. Lane 1, Carter Doyle, Old Mill. Lane 2, Lucas Smith, Crofton. Lane 3, Ethan Liu. Arundel. Lane 4, Sam Boder. Annapolis. Lane 5, William Ferguson, Severna Park. Lane 6, Alex Tomasas. Arundel. Lane 7, Jacob Snyder. Chesapeake. Lane 8, Justin Hernandez. Severn Run. Again, it's up and back 4 times. The pool is 25 yards in length, 50 yards up and back. So they get ready to make their backstroke touch. This is the second stroke. Again, butterfly and then alphabetical order so that the swimmers can dive into the pool. Hitting first in lane number 4 is Annapolis's Sam Bodor. Close behind him is lane 5, William Ferguson. And then a battle for third in lanes 2, 3, and 6. Lucas Smith of Crofton, Ethan Liu of Arundel, and Alex Tomasas of Arundel. Hitting first is lane 4 here, Spencer. And a big hit there by Sam Bodor, who extends his lead for the Annapolis Panthers.
Sam Bodor with a great wall tap, able to stay underwater for an extended period of time, which has gotten him to this first place lead, will allow him to hit this wall first.
Yeah, and if you can do that in the middle of the race, that's really tremendous because there's a huge stamina, the breathing process, all that practice when you're not in the pool, working on your breathing, working on the stamina, running outside, getting in the weight room, as Sam Bodor of Annapolis is extending his lead even more. 2 body lengths now, almost 3 in lane 4, and he is going to cruise home with the Heat 1 victory, and he does. Excellent time of 2:14.57. Lane 5, William Ferguson of Severna Park finishes second. And in third, Arundel, should I say, finishes in second. That is lane 3. Well, I wonder what happened there.
Another comeback.
Interesting. So, looked like Severna Park was going to finish in second, but that is a no. I'm not sure what happened. So Sam Bodor finishing first from Annapolis in lane 4. It is Arundel's Ethan Liu finishing second, and finishing third in lane 2 is Lucas Smith of Crofton. So again, it's Lucas Smith in lane 2 of Crofton in third, Ethan Liu in lane 3 of Arundel second, and Sam Bodor in lane 4 of Annapolis finishing first. 2:14.57 is the time to beat. I'm not sure what happened because it looked like William Ferguson in lane 5. Was there a DQ that we don't know about? We do not see a time up there. He is listed as 7th. So Heat 2 of 2 in the men's 200-yard individual medley. Again, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. Lane 1 nearest us, Theo Hernandez, South River. Lane 2, Christopher Long, North County. Lane 3, Morgan Hurlbert, Annapolis. Lane 4, Nolan Ryder, Broadneck. Lane 5, Braden Miller, Broadneck. Lane 6, Aiden Pollock, Severna Park. Lane 7, Jordan Smith, Crofton. Lane 8, Colton Wainscott, South River. Boy, this is a huge, wow, what a swim. Lane 4, what a heck of a time. 25:06 on the first 50 in lane 4 for Nolan Ryder of Broadneck. Tell you what, I was down on the deck. I talked to student athletes from Southern, from Broadneck, from Severna Park, from Chesapeake. They all felt good about their chances tonight. So this is going to be a heck of a county championship. Another great split by
Nolan
Ryder.
2 sub-30-second splits. That has gotten him an extremely comfortable lead, which those have been few and far between tonight. So a very impressive job by him to get out to that in the second heat.
His teammate, Braden Ryder, in lane 5 in second, and in third, lane 2, that's North County's Christopher Long with a heck of a swim. As we are in breaststroke mode, this is the third stroke. Once they hit the start wall, it'll be freestyle. It is Ryder hitting first in lane 4. Lane 5, it is Miller. His teammate, And boy, a battle for third. Lane 3, wow, is Morgan Hurlbert of Annapolis, who has overtaken Christopher Long of North County. But in lane 6, it's Aiden Pollock of Severna Park hanging right in there. And hitting the wall first, Nolan Ryder at 1:57.76. It is sub 2 minutes for Broadneck's Ryder. His teammate, Braden Miller, finishes in second, and in a battle for third by 1 second, it is Morgan Hurlbert of Annapolis.
I got to say, what a finish by Nolan Ryder. For your final 50, your final split to be sub 30 seconds is just incredible. And not only that, it wasn't even his worst one. Sometimes your slowest split is your final because you're drained. He was able to pace himself extremely well to get a 28-second last split. That is a phenomenal job by Ryder.
Yeah, the only swimmer to be under 2 minutes at 1:57.76. That's Nolan Ryder finishing in first. Braden Miller, his teammate, finishing second, and Morgan Hurlbert of Annapolis finishing third. As we head to the women's 200-yard individual medley. Yes, it is individually, but it is an individual medley, and we have a pair of heats here as well.
Yes, we do. In lane 1, both pools are full, by the way. In lane 1, we have Tegan Rodenheiser of Chesapeake High School. In lane 2, we have Marin Morlock of Annapolis. Lane 3, Ella Weber of Arundel. Lane 4, AJ Shoemates, of Arundel. Lane 5, Amelia Ahers of South River. Lane 6, Abby Cohen of Crofton. Lane 7, Avery Parrish of Chesapeake High School. Lane 8, Taylor Martini of Old Mill.
Taylor Martini, the sister of
Trey
the
Martini.
quarterback,
Yeah,
Trey Martini. Saw DJ Martini, his dad her dad Dennis here today, trying to go back and forth between, in the winter, wrestling and swimming. In the fall, he has to go back and forth between girls soccer and football. Being a parent, right?
An athletic family, let me tell you.
There you go.
Here we go. It is neck and neck as they are on the backstroke already in lanes 4 and 5. They will hit the wall. After this is the breaststroke, then the freestyle. That is AJ Shoemate and Amelia Oddhurst that are currently right now neck and neck for first place. It looks like Shoemate in lane 4 of Arundel High School has a slight edge. Lane 3 and 4. That is Emily Weber and AJ Shoemate.
Go figure. What do we know? I mean, so sorry I started that trend. I mean, it looks like somebody's in first, and all of a sudden somebody touches the wall again. Maybe it's a fingernail thing.
You never know.
Gracious.
Emily Weber coming from behind to get herself back into this race. But now it looks like it is Shoemate taking a command lead over the rest of the pool as she is on her breaststroke and will enter her freestyle shortly. Neck and neck for second place. It is lanes 3 and 5. That is Emily Weber and Amelia Adhurst. Shoemate is in first on her freestyle in her last split. It is lane 5 of South River taking the lead over Weber of Arundel. Shoemate's on her last 25 in lane 4 of Arundel High School. The Arundel teammates are right now looking at first and second place.
Tell you, she is really, really smooth, isn't she? The Wildcat in lane 4, looking very comfortable.
Shoemate will get first. Oddhurst will get 5. And lastly, in third, Oddhurst will get second in lane 5. And in lane 3 in third is Ella Weber of Arundel. Great swim for all of them. Weber, 2:35.19 of Arundel High School. In second, Amelia Oddhurst, 2:32.74 of South River. And in first, AJ Shoemates, 2:30.31 of Arundel High School.
That's the time to beat for heat number 2.
Here for the second heat, we have in lane 1 of Severn Run, Bella Kennedy.
Oh, hold on, just say, look at this. The cheering as the swimmers get to, you have to love it. Yes, all the way from beginning to end. And I knew you were getting ready to start there, but I love how the cheering goes on from first finisher to final finisher. It's like that 8th finisher is a champion.
Absolutely. Great sportsmanship here at our Anne Arundel County swim. I almost said Olympic swim championships.
Hey, you know what? Some of these swimmers could be in the
You
Olympics
never
one
know.
day.
Maybe not like tomorrow, but
Right, there you go. Right. Hey, soon. Well, it would be in 2028 in Los Angeles,
Hey, there
the
you
Summer
go.
Olympics.
Here in lane 1, we have Bella Canaday of Severn Run. In lane 2, we have Abby Broyles of Annapolis. In lane 3, Maddie Corey of Severna Park. In lane 4, Reagan Carpenter of Crofton. In lane 5, Lulu Hersey of South River. In lane 6, Maisie Ryder of Broadneck. In lane 7, Elizabeth Stevens of Broadneck. And in lane 8, Betsy Weems of Severna Park.
I tell you what, do not sleep on lane 4. Reagan Carpenter is a record setter from the Crofton Cardinals. Watch that gold cap.
And speaking of which, Carpenter is in first place. Not far behind her on the backstroke as well is in lane 5. That is Lulu Hersey of South River, as Carpenter will be the first to move on to the breaststroke.
Yes,
Individual medley, as you know, goes butterfly, back, breaststroke, and freestyle. So one more leg after this for Carpenter.
Yeah, Carpenter is one of the few swimmers that I've seen that can gain such a huge advantage on the backstroke, one of the most difficult strokes. But she just went from second place to probably about 3 body lengths ahead. Now, tightening up, though, here, Spencer.
An incredible job sticking in it is Lulu Hersey of South River, fighting hard for that first place. Third is a battle between lanes 3 and 7. Lane 7, Elizabeth Stevens of Broadneck making it close. That's going to be Carpenter be the first to enter the freestyle. Not far behind is lane 5, Lulu Hersey, and not far behind lane 3, Maddie Corey of Severna Park. Carpenter will be the first to enter the final 25. Lane 5 of South River behind her. Lane 3, Maddie Corey of Severna Park behind her. It's neck and neck between lanes 3 and 7 for third, but Reagan Carpenter will get first. In second, we have Lulu Hersey, and it will be Corey, Maddie Corey of Severna Park, finishing in third. So to round out that top 3 in third, it's Maddie Corey of Severna Park, 2:17.01. In second, Lulu Hersey of South River, 2:14.50. And in first, who would have guessed, as Wiley mentioned, it is Reagan Carpenter by almost 3 seconds, 2:11.66.
Off to the men's 50-yard freestyle. This is up and back one time. 4 heats for the men. Heat 1, lanes 1 and 2, and lanes 7 and 8 will be empty. Lane 3, Pfeiffer Wilmot, Glen Burnie. Lane 4, Savi Rodriguez Rivera of North County. Lane 5, Elijah Mundo of Meade. Lane 6, Joshua Martinez of North County. Here they go. Right smack in the middle of the pool, and it's lane 5, Mundo of Meade taking the early lead. Wow, dead heat hitting the wall there in lanes 4 and 5. Rodriguez Rivera and Mundo of North County and Meade respectively. And goodness gracious, looks like lane 4 surging ahead just by a bit. It is Rodriguez Rivera getting the victory. Oh, do we have a disqualification? We have lane 5, Meade. Elijah Mundo gets first place. Second place is Pfeiffer Wilmot. And third place is Joshua Martinez. So North County's Joshua Martinez in third. Glen Burnie's Pfeiffer Wilmot in second. Elijah Mundo of Meade in first. As a time of 30.05 seconds is the time to beat. Heat 2 of 2. The next 3 heats, lanes will be full. Lane 1, Gabriel Afuano, Meade. Lane 2, Carson Tolley, Severn Run. Lane 3, Matropolsky, Old Mill. Lane 4, Kamari Rice, Northeast. Lane 5, Hayden Moore, Southern. Lane 6, Emerson Riveros, Chesapeake. Lane 7, Patrick Keene, Northeast. Lane 8, Anthony West, Chesapeake. And a battle between, just about the entire pool. Is it going to be lane 3? It is. Trapolsky, Rice, and Tolley. It's 3, 4, and 2. How about that? Matt Trapolsky of Old Mill in first. Kamari Rice of Northeast in second. Carson Tolley of Severn Run in third. So third, Carson Tolley of Severn Run. Second, Kamari Rice of Northeast. First place, Old Mills Matt Drapolsky with a time of 25.20 seconds. Here we go, heat 3 of 4. Lane 1, Josh Lee, South River. Lane 2, Michael J. Forrester, Southern. Lane 3, Will Deppy, South River. Keep an eye on him. Lane 4, Parker Ward, Severna Park. Lane 5, Eric Carpenter, Arundel. Lane 6, TJ Russ, Broadneck. Lane 7, Bryce DeRosier, Old Mill. Lane 8, Aiden de Los Angeles. Glenn Burney, maybe he'll be in Los Angeles in 2 years. Up and back one time, 50-yard freestyle again. Look at this
Oh
goal.
my gosh.
Good gracious. It is Ward, Carpenter, and Deppy. And they are within 0.2 of a second amongst each other. 4, 5, and 3. Goodness gracious. Third place, South River's Will Deppy. Second place, Arundel's Eric Carpenter. First place in that heat, Severna Park's Parker Ward with a time of 23.52 seconds. That is the time to beat. Heat 4 of 4. Here we go. Fasten your seatbelts, friends. Lane 1, Robert Donnelly, Annapolis. Lane 2, Connor Stroop, Crofton. Lane 3, Brendan Mahoney at Broadneck. Lane 4, Nathan Collin, Arundel. Lane 5, JT Brown, Crofton. Lane 6, Brendan Para, Severna Park. Lane 7, Will Turner, Severn Run. Lane 8, Ethan Baum, Annapolis. Toss a coin on this one. Lane 4. Good swim here as Nathan Collin of Arundel is going to pull away with almost a 1 second victory. Nathan Collin of Arundel at 21:70 gets the victory. It is Crofton's JT Brown in lane 5 taking second. Brendan Mahoney of Broadneck in lane 3 taking third. So third place, Brendan Mahoney of Broadneck. Second place, JT Brown of Crofton. And in first place, Arundel's Nathan Collin.
That is an incredible swim by Collin. It is so hard to win by anything more than half a second in this race. To almost get a full second there. Phenomenal job by Collin.
He beat his preliminary time by 0.3 of a second. Congratulations, Nathan Collin Arundel. Oh, we got to get to it.
Here we
Women's
go.
50-yard freestyle.
In lane 3, 1, 2, 7, 8 are empty. In lane 3, we have Halima Adabawali of Glen Burnie. We have London Gonzalez in lane 4 of North County. Izzy Gold of Southern in lane 5. And Allison Martin Castro of North County in lane 6. And these ladies are off to the races. It's lane 5, having a slight lead over lane 4, followed by lane 6, and then lane 2. That is Izzy Gold of Southern, who's looking to finish first. Watch out. London Gonzalez cannot catch up. In first, it is Izzy Gold of Southern. In second, we have a DQ of Gonzalez. In second, it will be Halima Adabawale of Glen Burnie. And in sixth is Allison Martinez Castro. Time to beat is 33:02.
Good gravy. What race is Spencer?
Second heat, we have Lily Wenkel of Southern in lane 1. Lane 2, McKenna Orell of Meade. Lane 3, Emma Meitzner of Northeast. In lane 4, we have Alyssa Doyle of Old Mill. In lane 5, Emma Campbell of Arundel. In lane 6, Willie Mann Webb of Meade. In lane 7, Tania Terry of Glen Burnie. In lane 8, Molly Eaton of Chesapeake. And this pool is all neck and neck. Lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. It could go to anyone. There is no clear winner. Lane 5 is pulling ahead. Lane 6 is right behind. Who will get it first? It will be lane 5, Doyle of Old Mill, then Campbell of Arundel. And lane 2 will sneak in for third, Orwell of Meade. New time to beat of 29:45, set by Doyle. Lane 5 in second, Emma Campbell. Lane 2 in third, Orleana McKenna. On to the next heat. We have in lane 1, Kaylee Hare. In lane 2 of Chesapeake. In lane 2, Eleanor Moran of Bromneck. Lane 3, Macy Rice of Severna Park. Lane 4, Lily Fant of Old Mill. Lane 5, Leela Weber of Arundel. Lane 7, Genesis Usaquano of Severn Run, lane 8. Lily Bleacher of Annapolis. It's neck and neck for the whole pool again. Who would have known? And here we go. It's lanes 2 and 4 that will get first and second. Lily Fant of Old Mill, Moran of Broadneck, and Rice of Severna Park get first, second, and third. Lily Fant will set a new time to beat of 27:44.
Yeah, that's a heck of a story, Lily Fant winning that heat. You talk about a swimmer who has worked hard in and out of the pool. Had a chance to talk to her a couple of years ago on my Athletes in Action show. She had so much love for the pool and the water, and to see her come in first in the heat, that's such a feel-good story right there.
Heat 4, we have Autumn Sundberg of Annapolis in lane 1. Maddie Candide of Severn Run in lane 2. Nina Roche of Severna Park in lane 3. Lane 4, Mabel Zegowitz of Crofton. In lane 5, Caroline Martin of Severn Run. Cedar Gallaudet of Broadneck in lane 6. Emily Davis of Crofton in lane 7. And Grace Shope of South River in lane 8. It is lane 4.
Yeah, watch out for Zegowitz.
Mabel Zegowitz in first by a full body length. What a swim by Zegowitz. In second is lane 1, Sonberg of Annapolis. And in third, Gallaudet of lane 6. Finishers all across the pool, first, second, third. Zegowitz sets a time of 23:88. Phenomenal swim by Zegowitz there.
I tell you what, I don't know if that's a record time or not. She beat her 23:54. No, she did not beat her 23:54 time. It was actually a slower swim, but I tell you, 23:88 is a big time swim. Her qualifying time was 2 seconds better than everybody else.
Phenomenal swim for her. Great job by the rest of the competition. You see, they kind of swam up to par. They all finished 25s, 26s, 127, 130 on the dot.
Yeah,
phenomenal swim there.
Yeah, Zegowitz is a heck of a swimmer. Light for Anne Arundel County Public Schools swimming. Mabel Zegowitz, just spectacular. And I think it's halftime. I see our Anne Arundel County Public Schools Athletics logo up on the screen. This means we get to take a break and maybe go step outside into the 20-degree weather and get some of this sweat off of us. My goodness. Wiley Baker, Spencer Mann here with you. The 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championships. Again, to our right-hand side over here, we have Eric Lloyd, Chris Kowal, Brian Tankersley, Luke Candelas, and the great crew that we have from AACPS production, our media crew, print design crew. They do everything back at the headquarters. To our left, we have John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael Abera, and Brent Canaday. Again, they're our officials, they're our timers, they're our scorers. They help us out. We have the easy stuff going here, Spencer, and you're doing a great job as well. So glad you're joining me. Now you know what I've been dealing with, all these other. It is so much fun, but boy, I tell you, it is, like you said, it is like a horse race here. Are we at the pool or are we at Pimlico? It really is amazing. I want to get your take, for our viewers out there who are watching on AACPS TV, your first experience with the Anne Arundel County Swim Championships. What's your take in the first half?
Don't look away, especially when we're at the end of the race. I mean, these swimmers have done an excellent job of finding a way to get back in the race, even when earlier one of the men's heats, the finisher wasn't in top 3 of any of the previous flicks across the pool. I'm forgetting what they're called, but just an excellent job by all of our swimmers to really stay in the race the whole time. It has been phenomenal to not even be in the top 3 with 50 yards to go. Truly incredible finding the finish there. It has been really fun to watch, knowing it's not over until that first finisher, or last finisher, hits the wall.
All right, well, here we go. We are going to mention we have actually 12 schools listed here on our sheets. I'm going to leave you, since you've been calling the women's. I'll have you do that. I'll call the women's at the end. Here we have the men's in front of me through it's event 7. You have through event 8. So here's the men's through event 7. In 12th place is Southern. In 11th is Chesapeake. In 10th is Glen Burnie. 9th place is North County. 8th is Severn Run. 7th is Old Mill. 6th place is Arundel. 5th place is South River. 4th place is Crofton with 57 6 points. Third place is Severna Park, just 4 points ahead with 60 points. Annapolis is in second place, 25 points ahead of third place right now. The Panthers, the stunner right now of the championships with 85 points. And in first place by 11 points, it is the defending champion Broadneck Bruins with 96 points. Spencer, how about the ladies' side of things?
In 12th is Glen Burnie High School. In 11th is Southern High School. In 10th, we have North County. In 9th, we have Chesapeake High School. In 8th, we have the Old Mill Patriots. In 7th, we have the Arundel Wildcats. In 6th, we have the Annapolis Panthers. In 5th, we have the Severn Run Wolves. In 4th, with 58 points, we have South River High School. In 3rd, the Severna Park Falcons with 73 points, a big jump. In 2nd is Crofton High School with 79 points.
Oh, only 5-point differential between silver and bronze.
That is a very close race right now. And quick math, an 18-point lead for first over second. It is Broadneck High School again with 97 points for the first 8 events for the women's.
Well, we're going to be back with more of the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. Don't go away, folks. We're just going to take a short break and then return with much, much more as you're watching great AACPS Championship Athletics on AACPS TV and the AACPS YouTube channel. As we welcome you back to Annapolis, Maryland, the Arundel Olympic Swim Center, where we are celebrating the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. Along with Spencer Mann, I'm Wiley Baker, a host of folks around us who are helping out, including Eric Cloyd, Chris Kowal, Brian Tankersley, Luke Candelas, all producing tonight's swim championships. And to our left, our officials, including John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael Obera, and Brent Canaday, as we get ready for the second half of the Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships 2026. Welcome in, everyone. oh boy, it is going to be great. And I think we're going to let you do the men in the second half, and I will take a chance at doing the women. How about that? So we have the men's 100-yard butterfly. It's all yours there, Spencer.
In lane 1 of Chesapeake High School is Alex Bradford. Lane 2 of Arundel, Ethan Liu. Lane 3 of Annapolis, Sawyer Heckman. Lane 4 of South River, Jonathan Ratty. Lane 5 of North County, Daniel Martin. Lane 6 of South River, Chris Perkins. Lane 7 of Arundel, Tyler Pena. Lane 8 of Severn Run, Grady Herring.
Wow, lanes 3 and 6 initially Heckman of Annapolis and Perkins of South River tied for the lead.
And right now it is lane 3 pulling ahead. That is Sawyer Heckman of Annapolis, who is taking a lead over the rest of the field. But watch out, here comes lane 6, 7, and 5. Making it a close race. That's Nolan Hondorf of Broadneck, who's in second. But pulling back ahead is now lane 3, Sawyer Heckman in first.
And he takes it.
Wow, there he is. And in lane 6, Perkins is DQ'd. So in second will be lane 5, Daniel Martin of North County. In third, Tyler Pena of Arundel.
How about that? In lane 7, an outside lane, Arundel's Tyler Pena coming from behind to take third in heat number 1 of 2. Got heat 2 coming up here, Spencer. Up and back twice.
Time to beat is 1:02:21 for this second heat.
And that's 3 seconds better than Heckman's qualifying time.
And here they go. In lane 1, Logan King of Annapolis. Lane 2, Bryce DeRoyser of Old Mill. Lane 3, TJ Russ of Broadneck. Lane 4, Rodian Kelly of Severna Park. Lane 5, Ryan Medlick of Crofton. Lane 6, Nolan Hondorf of Broadneck. Lane 7, Jordan Smith of Crofton. Lane 8, Peter Binney of Severna Park. And only 2 qualifying times, sub 1 minute, as we have an early lead by lane 4. That is Rodian Kelly, as he takes the lead over the rest of the pack.
He had the best qualifying time, and he's looking good here.
Not far behind him is lane 5 and then lane 6. That's Ryan Medlick of Crofton, Nolan Hondorf of Broadneck. And finishing first will be Kelly in lane 3, then Medlick in lane 2. Kelly in lane 4, Medlick in lane 2, and coming up from behind, overtaking lane 6, is lane 3, TJ Russ of Broadneck. So reordering Kelly in first with a time of 52:20, which was even his qualifying time by 0.26 seconds. In second place is lane number 5, Ryan Medlick of Crofton High School, and TJ Russ of Broadneck in third.
My goodness. Well, the men have started off the second half like they ended the first half. And here's the women's 100-yard butterfly. 3 heats. And we have 3 swimmers. Lane 3, Lauren Mardiega of Meade. Lane 4, Savannah Franz of Chesapeake. Lane 5, Addison Mysayak of Arundel. Again, this is the butterfly. You're going to see the wide stretch of the arms by these ladies. And it is lane 4, Franz of Chesapeake. She had the best qualifying time at 1:21:33. Man, she has a tremendous split of 36.70.
Wow.
If she can keep up that time, she will smash that 1:21 time. Let's see. It is now at 60 seconds as she hits the wall. This is where the arms start to burn, Spencer. It is burning arm time here. Those rotators start to feel it.
As she is coming in for a fantastic finish compared to her qualifying time.
Excellent job. Chesapeake's Savannah Franz finishing in first. A strong second by Addison Masayak of Arundel. And coming in strong, you got to love it. Clapping it up for Lauren Maradiega of Meade in lane 3, finishing in third. So Maradiega of Meade in third, Masayak of Arundel in second, and Savannah Franz of Chesapeake finishing in first in heat 1 of 3 in the women's 100-yard butterfly. Heat 2 of 3, 7 swimmers. Lane 2 will be open. Lane 1, Leanne Restivo, Old Mill. Lane 2, Charlotte Moorlock, Annapolis. Lane 3, Ella Weber, Arundel. Lane 4, Carly Muller, Crofton. Lane 5, Agnia Eberly, Annapolis. Lane 7, Addie Bartels, Crofton. Lane 8, Lily Mann Webb, Lily Mann Webb of Meade. My goodness. 3, 4, 5 are right ahead away from one another. Lane 4 hitting first. That's Weber of Arundel.
Actually,
Again,
it's going to be lane 5 hitting first. Muller, but extremely close, 10th of a second.
yeah, she must have hit different spot. Wow. Will this be a disqualification? Hopefully not, but lane 4 definitely in the lead right now. That is lane 4, and that is Arundel's Ella Weber. Let's see what happens, because she is ahead by 2 body lengths. Will she get the time? It is 106.65. Weber in first. In second, it is Carly Muller of Crofton. And finishing in third in lane 3 is Annapolis's Charlotte Moorlock. So Charlotte Moorlock of Annapolis in third, Carly Muller of Crofton in second, and Ella Weber of Arundel finishing in first with a time of 106.65. Great swim in heat 2 of 3. Heat 3 of 3. Women's 100-yard butterfly. Fasten your seatbelts here, friends. Lane 1, Ella Schweikert, South River. Lane 2, Ava Malik, Severna Park. Lane 3, Charlotte Reeder, Severn Run. Keep an eye on her. Lane 4, KK Sullivan, Severna Park. Lane 5, Aubrey Whalen, Broadneck. Lane 6, Adele Whitty, Broadneck. Lane 7, Evie Von Berg, North County. Lane 8, Jillian Eubanks, South River. Well, there you go. Lane 4 and 5. What do I know? That's KK Sullivan of Severna Park, Aubrey Whalen of Broadneck. And a big kick on the wall, huge kick on the wall by KK Sullivan of Severna Park. The Falcon has taken a 2-body length lead, but not going away too much is Broadneck's Aubrey Whalen. Pardon me. Yes, it is Aubrey with a B.
And that push-off in lane 4, she just covered a third of the pool.
Yeah, huge kick. KK Sullivan, really, the kicks on the wall. She finishes at 57.11 in first in lane 4. That is Aubrey Whalen of Broadneck finishing second for the Bruins, and finishing in third in lane 6 is her teammate, Adele Whitty of Broadneck. So Adele Whitty finishing in third of Broadneck, finishing in second of Broadneck, Aubrey Whalen, and finishing in first, Severna Park's KK Sullivan with the only sub 1 minute time, 57.11 seconds. That bettered her qualifying time by almost a half a second.
Phenomenal swim there from Sullivan, almost breaking the record of 56.67 seconds. She did a phenomenal job there.
All right, here we go. Get your horse racing voice ready here for the men's 100-yard freestyle, Spencer. 4 heats.
In our first heat, we have a half-filled pool with Justin Gomez of North County, Jacquez Coakley of Northeast High School, Ethan Shoyu of Glen Burnie, and in lane 5, and Calabrese Jordan in lane 6 of North County. And our swimmers have hit the water. It is lane 3, who actually was under the water the least amount of time, has pulled out to an early lead. Great swimming from Justin Gomez.
Yeah, he's pulling some water there. I mean, he really is digging away.
And his qualifying time was 10 seconds slower than two of the other guys in this pool. So it is phenomenal for him to be competing right here on this stage. Here is lane 4 in first by a hair over Gomez is Jack West Coakley. Coakley now takes about half a body length to lead ahead of Gomez. Behind him is Ethan Shoyu. And behind him is Calabrese Jordan of North County.
And you know what? I believe the Northeast Eagles' first name is Jacques, maybe named after Jacques Cousteau back in the day. I don't know. That's before your time, Spencer. That was a big, big show back in the day. Jacques Cousteau went under the water, under the sea to check out the sea life.
Well, Jacques Cousteau, or Jacques Coakley, as he's more commonly known, will finish in first in lane 4. Not far behind is Justin Gomez in lane 3, and Ethan Shoyu of Glen Burnie in lane 5. Time to beat is 1:09:52, improving on his qualifying time by over 2 seconds.
And you've got a full pool the next 3 heats here, Spencer.
That means a lot of talking. In lane 1, we have Patrick Keene of Northeast. In lane 2, Jeremiah Berryhill of Southern. In lane 3, Zach Black of Severed Run. In lane 4, Matt Trapolsky of Old Mill. Lane 5, Jacob Snyder of Chesapeake. Lane 6, Carter Doyle of Old Mill. Lane 7, Connor Knight of Meade. In lane 8, Gabriel Ofonwo of Meade.
Tell you what, keep your eye on Drapolsky again. He's a heck of a swimmer, but I tell you, love that name, Zach Black. Severn Run. Keep an eye on lane 3. Watch Jeremiah Berryhill in lane 2. He could be the dark horse in this one.
Time to beat for our swimmers is 1:09:52.
Check out the top of the pool, Spencer. Good gravy. And lane 7, Connor Knight of Meade with a huge start.
And this is incredible. A lane 7 swimmer taking an early lead, but coming up behind our lanes 4 and 5 as they will overtake. Here in first is Jacob Snyder, not far behind Matt Drapolsky. Drapolsky will actually hit the wall first.
Barely.
Lanes 3 and 4 here in first place. Lanes 3 catching up to Drapolsky, was behind the whole time, and now he's making a comeback.
School's just, 5 minutes away from each other. Old Mill and Severn Run battling it out.
That's Zach Black and Matt Drapolsky. And in lane 7, Connor Knight of Meade battling out for first. It looks like Drapolsky is going to take it. In second is Zach Black, and in third, lane 7, Connor Knight.
By 0.09 of a second coming in third.
My gosh. What an incredible swim. To round out that top 3, it was Connor Knight of lane 7 with a time of 1:01:82. In lane 3, Zach Black with a time of 1:01:32. And breaking a minute was in lane 4. Matt Drapolsky, you called it, 59:94. New time to beat is just that. And with that, the men's 100-yard freestyle heat 3. Michael J. Forrester of Southern in lane 1. Ethan Baum of Annapolis in lane 2. Kyle Burning of Serrano Park in lane 3. George Wilson of Chesapeake in lane 4. Noah Coeth of Arundel in lane 5. Sean O'Neill of Arundel in lane 6. Brendan Rose of Brown Neck in lane 7. And Sean Briel of Arundel in lane 8.
And actually keep an eye on lane 6. That's actually Annapolis, but Annapolis is Sean O'Neill. And lane 4, George Wilson of Chesapeake. Keep an eye on those two, but look at lane 6, Sean O'Neill of Annapolis.
Sean O'Neill and lane 3, Kyle Burning of Serrano Park are neck and neck. It looks like lane 6 takes a slight edge. But here comes lane 3, making it close. It's anyone's finish. Lane 2, excuse me. It's going to be Ethan Baum of Annapolis in lane 2, followed by Sean O'Neill of Annapolis in lane 6, and Kyle Birding of Severna Park in lane 3 getting third. Annapolis getting both of the top 2 slots. I'll tell you what, they have been the surprise tonight.
Yeah, how about the Panther teammates? My goodness. I tell you what, O'Neill had a great swim, but Baum gets the first place finish. Read them off for us, Spencer.
In third, we have Kyle Birding of Severna Park. In second, we have Sean O'Neill of Annapolis. And in first, we have Ethan Baum of Annapolis High School, 52:48. He improved on his qualifying time by 3 seconds.
How about that?
That is phenomenal. Here in Heat 4, got to go fast. Lane 1, Davis Call of South River. Lane 2, Will Deppy of South River. Lane 3, Connor Stroop of Crofton. Lane 4, Braden Sturman of Crofton. Lane 5, Jodo Naravo Monzo of Broadneck. Lane 6, Will Turner of Severn Run. Lane 7, Mason Fuller of Glen Burnie. Lane 8, Reese Garahy of Severna Park. And it is lane 4. That is Braden Sturman of Crofton taking the lead over the rest of the pack.
Yeah, watch that yellow cap, gold cap. I called it gold earlier. We'll call it yellow.
He's going to hit the wall first. Not far behind is lane 6 and lane 5. It's anyone's race for second place, but lane 4, Sturman will take the lead. Here comes lane 3, fighting for second, and he'll get it. Stroop of Crofton in lane 3, getting third. Jodo Naravo Monzo of Broadneck in lane 5, finding second place. And Braden Servant of Crofton High School getting first with a time of 48:55. In second was Navarro Monzo with a time of 50:32. And in third was Stroop with a time of 50:39.
9/900ths of a second. Can you believe that? That is truly amazing.
7/100ths of a second.
Tell you what, stretch it out at the end. Stretch it out. Great job by our men's swimmers. All right. Women's 100-yard freestyle. 4 heats. 4 swimmers in in heat 1. Nobody in lane 1 or 2. Nobody in lane 7 or lane 8. Lane 3, Kaylee Gomez, Glen Burnie. Lane 4, Julia Bevel, Chesapeake. Lane 5, Halima Adebawale, Glen Burnie. Lane 6, Victoria Ortiz, North County. Heat 1 of 4. Gonna have to get Spencer a little bit more agua here. It is crazy. It is amazing. Tell you what, look at this. In heat 1 of 4, a good battle for first, second, and third. It is lane 5, and that is Halima Adebawale with the slight lead. Lane 4, Julia Bevel of Chesapeake in second. In third, Kaylee Gomez of Glen Burnie. And they're like stair steps right now. But here comes Julia Bevel of Chesapeake in lane 4, stretching it out, and they are dead even. Who is going to finish? Will it be Bevel in 4 or Adebawale in 5? It is Gomez in 3. How about that? Gomez with the final push. Glen Burnie's Kaylee Gomez finishing in first. Julia Bevel of Chesapeake in second. And Glen Burnie's Halima Adebawale in third. So Adebawale of Glen Burnie in third. Bevel of Chesapeake in second. And taking first in heat number 1 is Glen Burnie's Kaylee Gomez. Man, I tell you what, you just cannot sleep on anybody. What a push by Kaylee Gomez, who was in third place the entire race until the end. She turned the tables.
Phenomenal perseverance by a lot of swimmers tonight who've been coming from behind to get these victories.
All right, a full pool for the next 3 heats. Heat 2 of 4 in the women's 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Becca Buck. Meade. Lane 2, Shay Duffy. Severn Run. Lane 3, Chloe Gavin. Chesapeake. Lane 4, Abby Gould. Southern. Lane 5, Lily Winicky. Watch her. She's from Southern, and that's a tough swimmer there. Lane 6, Emmy Bauer. Northeast. Lane 7, Noelle Ballard. Meade. Lane 8, Allison Martinez Castro, North County.
really close between lanes 3 and 4 right now, Wiley.
There it is, and Gould is in first in lane 4. Lane 3's Gavin of Chesapeake in second. Wenicky of Southern is in third. So a pair of Bulldogs looking to finish in the top 3. Look at lanes 3 and 4. A dead heat. Listen to this crowd. It is a packed house here at Arundel Olympic Swim Center in Annapolis, Maryland. The 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. It is going to be lane 4, and that is Abby Gould finishing in first, with Chloe Gavin of Chesapeake finishing in a close second.
Wow.
Coming in third in lane 5 will be Lily Wenicky of Southern. So a pair of Bulldogs do finish in the top 3. Wenicky of Southern in third. It is Gavin of number 2.
Phenomenal swimming there by all those swimmers involved, especially Abby Gould, to get first place by almost a full second.
Yeah, 1:13.54 is the time to beat. Here we go, heat 3. Lane 1, Emma Campbell, Arundel. Lane 2, Lily Fant, Old Mill. Keep your eye on her. Lane 3, Libby Mules, Severna Park. Keep an eye on her. Lane 4, Liesel Weiss of South River. Keep an eye on her. Lane 5, Layla Weber, Arundel. Lane 6, Maya Sands, South River. Lane 7, Iris Whiteman, Northeast. Lane 8, Beatrice Spranger, Old Mill. Look at lane 3. Told you so. Libby Mules of Severna Park is in first. It is Liesel Weiss of South River in second, and it is Iris Whiteman of Northeast in third in lane 7. Again, lane 3 still in the lead. That is Mules. Oh, it is a tight one between lanes 3 and 4, but don't count out lane 7.
Oh my gosh, what a swim.
Whiteman trying to catch up, but it looks like it's going to be lane 3. It is.
Wow.
Mules of Severna Park. Libby Mules takes first. It is Liesel Weiss of South River in second. And it is Iris Whiteman of Northeast in third. And I tell you what, Spencer, that is rare. They were first, second, third at the halfway point. Lo and behold, they finished first, second, and third. Whiteman of Northeast in third, Weiss of South River in second, and Libby Mules of the Severna Park Falcons in first.
I mean, it's incredible perseverance with a night like we've had tonight for them to stick it through. Great flow. They're clearly in a rhythm, swimming well and swimming with good pace to start first and finish first.
Heat 4 of 4. Here we go. Lane 1, Reese Corey of Severna Park. Lane 2, Maddie Canaday, Severn Run. Lane 3, Autumn Sunberg, Annapolis. Lane 4, Mabel Zegowitz of Crofton. Keep an eye on her. Lane 5, Aubrey Whalen, Broadneck. Keep an eye on her. Lane 6, Abby Broyles, Annapolis. Lane 7, Adele Whitty, Broadneck. Lane 8, Rachel Haney, Crofton. Again, lane 1 at the bottom, lane 8 at the top. And a big, big lead by Mabel Zegowitz. In lane 4, she has surged ahead.
Wow.
And is the first to hit the wall before anybody else. She is at least a third of a pool ahead of everybody else. It's going to be a huge battle for second as Mabel Zegowitz is going to run away with this one at 51.10. Second place by 1900ths of a second is Autumn Sunberg in lane 3 of Annapolis. And in lane 5, finishing third, is Aubrey Whalen of Broadneck. So that's Whalen of Broadneck in third, Sunberg of Annapolis in second, and Mabel Zegowitz of the Crofton Cardinals finishes in first place with a tremendous time of 51.10 seconds. That beats her preliminary time by 0.4 of a second. That is a heck of a swim.
Wow, fantastic job by Zegowitz. To finish that far ahead of the rest of the pool is a feat in and of itself. Beat your qualifying time by almost half a second. That's going to be a swim she is proud of looking back on her county championship performance.
So the events themselves are going to give us a little breather here on this one as we come up to the men's and the women's 500-yard freestyle. That is, in essence, like your 2-mile run, let's say.
Yeah.
So this is up and back 10 times in the pool or 20 lengths of the pool. God bless America for these swimmers to want to do this race. This is a race of stamina here. Men's 500-yard freestyle. Spencer, who is in this one?
So we have Aaron Hunt in lane 1 of Old Mill.
Two heats, by the way.
2 heats. In lane 2, we have Calvin Marks of Arundel. In lane 3, Tyler Pena of Arundel. In lane 4, Grayson Wilmore of Glen Burnie. In lane 5, Nick Thomas of Chesapeake. In lane 6, Thomas Bridges of Crofton. In lane 7, Josh Thompson of Crofton. Nice and smooth. You don't have to rush through the reading at all.
Tell you what, and keep an eye on lane 3, Tyler Pena of Arundel, a heck of a swimmer. And lane 5, Chesapeake's Nick Toms is a really, really tough swimmer as well. And, of course, you have to always keep an eye on lane 4, and that's the Glen Burnie Gopher Grayson Wilmore. This is heat 1 of 2. Lo and behold, for the women, there are 3 heats in the 500-yard freestyle.
And before we continue here, we have news coming from our officials. That swim by Mabel Zegowitz of Crofton High School. 51:50 is a new county championships record. Anne Arundel County Championships record set by Mabel Zegowitz here today of 51:50, earning Crofton High School 51:10, earning Crofton High School 15 points. And with that, we get a score update. May as well use that too.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, her seed time, qualifying time, as I've been calling her seed time, was 51:50. How about that? As I had just mentioned, I said, I wonder if that is a record time, because that I mean, her 51:50 was a heck of a time in itself. To be able to beat that by 0.4 of a second, congratulations, Mabel, on that great county championship record time.
Huge grats to her at Crofton High School for getting a phenomenal finish there. So we have scores tied for 12th place. These are the women's through 14 events. Tied for 12th, we have Glen Burnie High School and Northeast High School. In 11th, we have Southern High School. In 10th, we have Chesapeake High School. In 9th, North County. In 8th, the Old Mill Patriots. In 7th, the Arundel Wildcats. In 6th, the Severn Run Wolves. In 5th, the Annapolis Panthers. In 4th, with 75 points, South River High School. And get this, 3rd place, 102. 2nd place, 106. A 3-point difference. Crofton in 3rd, Severna Park in 2nd. Broadneck High School, 143 points. They find themselves in 1st place.
That's absolutely amazing. And again, this is the 500-yard freestyle. First heat of 2 for the men. The women will have 3 heats. So an opportunity for us to kind of, again, just thank so many folks who have made this successful. Clayton Culp is our coordinator of athletics of Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Without his blessing, none of this happens. Want to thank Steve Gray of the, I'm going to probably say this wrong, but that's okay. Eric can correct me down at the bottom. The Department of Design and Print Services, which in essence is our media services area, where Eric Cloyd, Chris Kowal, Brian Tankersley work. And they are helping our colleague, our intern, Luke Candelas, who is assisting tonight. And we're so glad he's here. To our left again, our timers, John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael O'Bara, Brent Canaday. Cannot thank Katie Holmes enough. She is our AACPS swimming commissioner. All of our athletic directors, I had a chance to go down. There were a host of, if not all of our athletic directors. I mean, I just passed just about all of them. Our unbelievable fans. Again, this is AACPS TV at work at its very best. There are not many, if any, school systems that do what we're doing on AACPS TV, with broadcasts like this, with our Athletes in Action show, with our The Score show, with Katie's The Next Level show. So many programs we have, and 3 great sports programs that we have, not to mention AACPS Athletics on the NFHS network. I mean, 14 sports that we have on the NFHS network. And again, it all comes back to Clayton Culp, our leader, and all of our athletic directors saying, we're totally on board. Eric and his crew, Steve Gray, and all of them being on board. without everybody being together as an AACPS athletics and media family, this can't be done. Shout out to Dominic Dineline and to Saya Burness, who are also our interns as well. And of course, it's great to have you by my side tonight, Spencer. A lot of folks don't know this. Little inside story real quickly. Spencer's dad and I went to school together. Class of 86 of Old Mill High School. Spencer's dad, class of 87 of Old Mill High School. I know we don't look a day over 29, so thanks, fans, for all of that. Appreciate all the great letters and postcards. Notice I didn't say text, letters and postcards. So, but we are having a great time here tonight. The 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. And we've got more coming up. We've got boys and girls basketball championships coming up. We have got unified bowling championships coming up from Greenway Bowl in Odenton. And that bell means we're on our final lap here, Spencer. And it's fun to watch the cards. Teammates working at the far end. And once they see that red square go underwater, they know this is the last lap. Looks like we have a lane 4 leader, Spencer.
That would be in lane 4 now is Grayson Wilmore of Glen Burnie, who will finish in first. Right behind him is Toms of Chesapeake High School, finishing in second, far ahead of the rest of the pack.
Yeah, we do not have a oh, there we go. There's our third place finish. So there may have been some changes in the placing depending on touches of the wall, certain situations affecting the rules. So lanes 4, 5, and 7 are first, second, and third, Spencer.
Josh Thompson of Crofton High School finishing in third. And first is Grayson Wilmore, Glen Burnie, 6 minutes and 8.3 seconds. A phenomenal 500 time.
6 minutes of swimming. Good heavens, my arms are feeling numb.
Josh Thompson of Crofton High School. I almost read he had 39 seconds. That was his final.
That was his split, no doubt.
That was his split. 6 minutes, 25 seconds. And in second is Toms of Chesapeake, 6 minutes and 14 seconds.
Whose mom, by the way, is an educator in Anne Arundel County Public Schools.
And while we're here reading off, we have the men's update through the 13th event. In 12th is Southern High School. In 11th is Chesapeake High School. In 9th is North County High School. In 9th as well, tied with them is Glen Burnie. In 8th, we have Severn Run. In 7th, Old Mill. In 6th, the Arundel Wildcats. In 5th, South River High School. In 4th, the Severna Park Falcons. In 3rd, the Annapolis Panthers with 105 points find themselves in 3rd place. If you thought the women's was close, 3rd at 105, 2nd 106, Crofton High School. It literally could not be any closer except the tie. When has that ever happened before? In first, we have Broadneck High School with 132 points. And I'll tell you what, for Annapolis to be holding a lead of 20-plus points over Severna Park and South River is huge for their school and their program, because Severna Park and South River consistently find themselves finishing on the podium of Anne Arundel County Swimming Championships. And so for Annapolis to be up there is a huge surprise. Great for all their swimmers and that team.
For sure. Before we get to another record, and I'll tell you about a tie in just a minute over the past years, we have Heat 2 of 2 in the men's 500-yard freestyle.
In lane 1 of Annapolis High School, we have Colin Bronwell. In lane 2 of South River, we have Jared Moran. In lane 3 of Severna Park, we have Parker Ward. In lane 4 of Broadneck, we have Cole Haynes. And in lane 5 of Annapolis, we have Julian Hernandez. In lane 6 of Severna Park, we have Nate Kelly. In lane 7 of South River, Theo Hernandez. And to round out our full pool of Broadneck, Brendan Rose.
And another record in the men's 50-yard freestyle from the Arundel Wildcats, Nathan Collin, with a time of 21.70 seconds, sets the men's 50-yard freestyle record. Now, we talked about Mabel Zegowitz, the record she set, or you mentioned that, Spencer, 51.10 seconds for Crofton High School. Mabel Zegowitz, that was a record that has been on the books Since 2010, Emily Lloyd had that record of 51.67 seconds. Zegowitz's seed time was better than that, but she had to do it in the pool during the county championships to put it in the record books, and she did. Congratulations again to Mabel Zegowitz of Crofton High School, setting the women's 100-yard freestyle county championship record of 51.10 seconds. And again, for the men's 50-yard freestyle, I'm going to have to piece myself back here. Let's go back into the into things here. Let's see. There it is. All right. So this record was a 12-year-old record that Nathan Collin broke, 21.70 seconds in the men's 50-yard freestyle. Noah Yanchelis in 2014 had the record at 21.92. So that record broken by 22 hundredths of a second by Nathan Collin of Arundel High School in the men's 50-yard freestyle. Congratulations. What a job well done. Last year, we had a good friend of mine up here, John Murphy. His son, who swam for Crofton High School, set a host of records for the Cardinals, which over the past few years was the newest school in the county. And, of course, now Severn Run, the newest school in the county. But Grant set a number of records. We miss Grant Murphy being here. We miss John Murphy being here, helping us out with the officiating. But a big shout out to John Murphy and his son Grant, tremendous swimmer. As far as I'm concerned, a Hall of Fame swimmer for the Crofton Cardinals. I have to get together with Athletic Director Jeff Martin and put my vote in for Grant Murphy in the Crofton Cardinals Athletic Hall of Fame. So, but let's get back to that thought I was telling you. So last year in the teams finishing, in the men's, Broadneck, let's start bottom up. Severna Park in third, Crofton in second. Broadneck was the champion for the men in 2025. For the women, it was Crofton in third, Broadneck in second, Severna Park in first. Well, let's go to 2024, where the men had South River in third, Crofton and Broadneck tied for first. It was the first tie ever in a county championship. Broadneck had the three-peat, and Crofton had their first ever swimming county championship. For the women, for the record, Crofton in third, Severna Park in second, Broadneck in first back in 2024. As we hear the bell for the final lap here, Spencer, let's see who takes this men's 500-yard freestyle in heat number 2.
And it looks like it will be Haynes of Broadneck High School with a time of 4:44.18.
Gracious.
Phenomenal 500 time for Haynes. Coming into this race, his qualifying time was 4:45, so he improved on it by a second. Well done by Cole Haynes of Broadneck High School. In second, we have Julian Hernandez of Annapolis at the time of 4:53.95. And coming in third in lane 3 is Parker Ward of Severna Park with a time of 4:57.93.
I tell you, it's just mind-boggling to me that when I watch runners run a mile or 2 miles at in any track meet, especially at Prince George's Sports and Learning Complex, and then here at Arundel Olympic Swim Center in Annapolis, I watch these swimmers swim up and back 10 times, 20 lengths to the pool. I mean, that is, you talk about swimming for your team. That is swimming for your team, my friends. That is not doing, a short swim. That is doing a swim where you had better have some stamina and you better be ready to go. Congratulations, Cole Haynes, on that victory for the Broadneck Bruins.
Certainly earning their points with that one. Moving on now, we will have the women's 500, 3 heats.
All right.
500-yard relays.
Here we go. So lane 3 will be Marquelia Sanderson of Glen Burnie. Lane 4, Riley Hardesty of Southern. And lane 5, Tania Terry of Glen Burnie. Now, are we going to piece? Let's see what I see heat 2 up on the screen. They're combining 1 and 2. So we are awaiting who's in whose lane. So we had 3 swimmers in heat 1 6 swimmers in Heat 2. So somebody, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to swim, maybe due to an illness or an injury. And we know that illness and injury has been going around at this time of year. We don't want too much of it.
Yeah, through all sports, it's been a very rough flu season for sure. So impressive, all these athletes able to make it here tonight.
All right, so here we go. It's going to be lanes 1 and 8 are empty. This is, in essence, heats 1 and 2 combined. So lane 2, Gene Hahn Arundel. Lane 3, Noah Ross Annapolis. Noah Ross, lane 3, Annapolis. Lane 4, Marin Morlock, Annapolis. Lane 5, Ellie Schweikert, South River. Lane 6, Jocelyn McLemore, North County. Lane 7, Maddie Nevy, Old Mill. This is the women's 500-yard freestyle up and back 10 times. All right, here we go. And we do have lane 1. So I mentioned 2 through 7. Let's go over them again. Why not? Lane 1, who I did not mention, Riley Hardesty, Southern. Lane 2, Jean Hahn, Arundel. Mentioned her. Lane 3, Noah Ross, Annapolis. Mentioned her. Lane 4, Marin Morlock, Annapolis. Mentioned her. Lane 5, Ellie Schweikert of South River. We mentioned her. Lane 6, Jocelyn McLemore of North County. We actually mentioned her. Lane 7 is Maddie Nevy of Old Mill, and we mentioned her. Lane 8, Tania Terry of Glen Burnie. I mentioned her, but I mentioned her in Heat 1. So there we go. So those are the official 8. And we do want to say a shout out at least to Marquelia Sanderson of Glen Burnie, unable to swim tonight, but we'll give her a shout out and give her the best of luck in her next swimming competition. So all 8 lanes full in this one as we add Riley Hardesty in lane 1 and Tania Terry in lane 8. Hardesty of Southern and Terry of Glen Burnie.
Set to be a very good 500 already. Lane 5, Ellie Schweikert of South River taking the lead.
And you will hear a little less commentary on this as we let you enjoy some swimming action here. Again, it is up and back 10 times. I'm going to have to get out at the pool with Eric Cloyd and start working on my swimming if I'm even going to get halfway through this. I'm going to have to do the score show with just a couple of 500-meter swimmers. And my first question is going to be, why? And they're going to say, my team. And that's the answer I want to hear. That is somebody's winning something special, you know, like some Texas Roadhouse meals or Chick-fil-A sandwiches or something, you know, for doing a 500-yard freestyle. Can you imagine, Spencer, if there was a 500-yard backstroke or a 500-yard breaststroke or a 500-yard butterfly? I'm not even thinking about 500-yard butterfly. That's like throwing 500 pitches in a baseball game.
There would be...
Not going to happen.
You know, the amount of swimmers would probably be the tens or ones place of the 500 part. That would be willing to run that. A 500-yard breaststroke. No, thank you.
I want to say huge thanks. I mean, to our left, John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael O'Bara, and Brent Canaday have been so forthcoming with giving us scores, records, getting us things as they are able. They're working the times. They are the officials. They're checking every single solitary thing to make sure all of the competitions are fair, complete, and official. And they're masters at it, I have to say.
It is a real treat doing most of our broad necks, just us and our team. Most of our broad necks, most of our broadcasts, just being us and our team, have officials and producers here helping us out. We really appreciate all the help we can get on that one.
For the first time ever, I'm taller than Spencer. This is the one thing I really like to watch when I watch the 500 is the pacing. If it's close at the end, you've got to have some juice left. You've got to have some gasoline left in the tank.
And that really is the art of the 500, is how well can you pace yourself. Wall taps are very important. Your endurance is very important. But with such a long swim like this, understanding your own patterns and your own method of swimming and the way in which you generally tend to put in more of your effort, is it in the middle, beginning, or end? Pacing is so important for the 500. And these swimmers that finish first, second, third, you'll really see a great job of their pacing when you look back and look at their split times.
Ellie Schweikert is the first to hear the bell of South River in lane 5. She hits at roughly 5 minutes, 40 seconds, give or take a few seconds. But, you got to love the teammates that are holding the numbers on the far side away from the starting block area. They're shaking the numbers underwater. They're trying to do whatever they can to encourage their teammate to just give that extra push. And it is lane 5, Ellie Schweikert at 6:05:02, finishing in first. In second place, it is Noah Ross of Annapolis. And again, Annapolis continues to impress tonight in this 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championship, as Ross finishes in second. And in third from Annapolis, it is Marin Morlock. So the Panthers get a lot of points there, but it is Ellie Schweikert of South River taking the most points in that competition of heat number, 1 and 2 combined, should we say, of the women's 500-yard freestyle. Marin Morlock of Annapolis in third, Noah Ross of Annapolis in second, Ellie Schweikert of South River in first, and the remainder of the swimmers, I just got to give them a shout out because good gravy. From North County High School, Jocelyn McLemore finishes in fourth. Maddie Nevy of Old Mill finishes in fifth. It is Jean Hahn of Arundel finishing in sixth. And still swimming is Tania Terry in lane 8 of Glen Burnie at the top of your screen. And at the bottom of your screen, Riley Hardesty of Southern. And you talk about a grind.
Wow. 7 minutes and 45 seconds of swimming. It's a lot of swimming.
It is a lot of swimming. It is 20 lengths of the pool, or up and back 10 times. And it's funny, I asked some of the track and field athletes, does it feel like you're running more because it is a 200-yard track versus a 400-yard or 400-meter track? It's half the length. I talked to the swimmers about that. They didn't really feel like there was much of a difference. To me,
interesting.
If you have a 50-yard length pool, you're up and back 5 times versus 10. I think these swimmers prefer the shorter pool, to be frank.
Really?
I do.
I prefer the less laps kind of thing.
I was a little surprised when I heard that myself. So there we go. Finishing in 7th was Tania Terry of Glen Burnie, and finishing 8th, Riley Hardesty of Southern. And here we go. Heat 3 of 3. In essence, it's the second heat, but heats 1 and 2 were combined. So heat 3 of 3. This is the final heat of the women's 500-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Abby Cohen of Crofton. Lane 2, Cassie Steppe, Severna Park. Lane 3, Maddie Corey, Severna Park. Lane 4, Reagan Carpenter, Crofton. Lane 5, Bennett Wallace, Broadneck. Lane 6, Sammy Weimer, Severn Run. Lane 7, Amelia Adgers, South River. Lane 8, Keely Cornelius, Broadneck.
props to all these ladies for swimming in the 500. I mean, it is just such a race of endurance and pacing, and takes, unfortunately, a lot of practice and repetition to get it down right. And they all have limited time in the pool, maybe 1 or 2 days a week. They get to actually swim in the pool or in an Olympic pool like this.
Yes.
So it's running, finding time to swim in your own time, in the weight room like you've mentioned earlier. And all that really pays off. And you see it in their stamina they present here during the 500.
Again, if you just tuned in, you can check out this entire county championship at aacps.org/YouTube. It will be on demand as long as we're alive, or as long as YouTube is in existence. Anne Arundel County Public Schools is going to be in existence. I heard down the line through a little birdie, there's going to be another school at some point that will be built. We don't know what, where, when. Of course, the brand new Old Mill College, I call it. Good gravy. Part about that is that when I went to school at Old Mill, we went in through Shetlands Lane, so Old Mill had a Glen Burnie address. It switched to the Patriot Lane entrance, which is a Millersville address, and now the school is going to be back off of Shetlands Lane again, so I wonder if it's going to be Shetlands Lane, Glen Burnie again. So nonetheless, you're going to be able to get in both ways, but we've seen what the new schools look like. Your school, Severna Park, Spencer, is a beauty.
Huge.
Oh, the best part about Severna Park, in my mind, are the glass walls. I love lots of glass in there. It's very, very pristine. It looks fabulous.
It's a big school. Let me tell you what, wandering around those halls, trying to find your way through the 3 floors. My last semester, junior year, I alternated first floor, third floor, first floor, third floor. Running up and down stairs all day. It was just about the worst, but the school itself is fantastic. It's a great school, well built.
It was a sport within a sport right there. Which, by the way, want to say a shout out right here. Look at this camera. Look at this camera. Can you give us a shot here, guys, of Spencer Mann right here? Here we go. Spencer Mann has committed to go to William and Mary. He is going to be part of the tribe.
Yes,
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Spencer has done a fabulous job broadcasting. He's going to continue through the rest of his school year until we have to say goodbye to him and let him go to Virginia. And I think he's going to William and Mary because he's close to Busch Gardens, but he won't admit it. So we'll see you on the Loch Ness Monster. But congratulations, Spencer. So well deserved. Headed to William and Mary from Severna Park High School. And yeah, that is well done, my friend.
Fantastic news. Fantastic news. The most exciting moment when you open up that envelope and you see the confetti on the screen. It says congratulations. There's really nothing like it.
That's right. Well, you're going to have sort of that gold with you still, right? It's from gold and navy blue of Severna Park. You're going to yellow and green of the tribe, right?
Green and gold fits better with the Packers. All of my gear is I better learn how to rock some green.
There you go. Spencer's a Packers fan.
Sad Packers fan, but
I love cheese. Well, my goodness. Reagan Carpenter has opened up a lead here of about 7 seconds, a little bit more than 7 seconds over Severna Park's Maddie Corey. In third is Broadneck's Bennett Wallace, not that far behind. The split times are right near 30 seconds, Spencer.
I mean, they are still running some incredible splits here at the end of the 500, which is just phenomenal. And what I love so much about this atmosphere, the AACPS, these county championships, maybe somewhere else it's the 500, people are dying down. There is no loss of energy here in this building. The audience is cheering. The swimmers are cheering. At the end of the 500, it couldn't be more loud. It couldn't be more energetic. And it's phenomenal to see, phenomenal to watch as Reagan Carpenter is going towards a 500 first place.
Tell you what, there's a huge cheer. I am wondering. It does not look like she got the county record, but it was close.
Very close.
Reagan Carpenter at 5 minutes, 17.58 seconds in lane 4. Reagan Carpenter of the Crofton Cardinals finishes in first. In second, it is Severna Park's Maddie Corey at 5:27.87. And finishing in third from Broadneck is Bennett Wallace at 5:28.24, and a huge cheer. Fourth place is Keely Cornelius of Broadneck in lane 8, finishing 5th. Of Severn Run is Sammy Weimer, finishing 6th. Cassie Steppe of Severna Park, finishing 7th. Of South River, finishing 7th. Of Crofton is Abby Cohen, and finishing 8th. Of South River is Amelia Adgers. So again, third place, Bennett Wallace of Broadneck. Second place, Severna Park's Maddie Corey, and finishing in first in the women's 500-yard freestyle is Crofton's Reagan Carpenter. And we flip the page, and we are going to speed things up a bit. The men's 200-yard freestyle relay.
Our swimmers are in the water. In lane 2, we have the North County Knights. In lane 3, the Glen Burnie Gophers. In lane 4, the Southern Bulldogs. In lane 5, the Chesapeake High School Cougars. And in lane 6, the Northeast Eagles. The record time for this is set by Broadneck High School with a lot of guys that are here like Cole Haynes and Brandon Mahoney. So some record holders will have a chance to break it later on tonight as we are here in this first heat. Currently jumping out to an early lead is lane number 3. That is Glen Burnie. And lane 5, Chesapeake, are running tied for 3rd and 5th, roughly very close, as now it is lane 3 slowly pulling ahead of lane 5. Lane 4 catching up, Southern making it close with Chesapeake. And now lane 5 is taking the lead. So after a great push off the wall, lane 5 is taking over lane 3. And lane 4 has leapfrogged lane 3 as well.
Yeah, that was a tremendous push off the wall. I believe that was Dom Thatcher with the push off the wall. His mom is the head coach of the Chesapeake Cougars.
And here in lane 5, holding a lead now is Chesapeake. In lane 4, second, lane 3 is third. We'll see if they finish like that. And they do. In third place is the Glen Burnie Gophers, the time of 1:45.99. In second, 0.3 of a second faster, so razor thin, it's the Southern Bulldogs, 1:45.65. And in lane 1, the Chesapeake Cougars with a time of 1:44.52. Your Chesapeake Cougars, Emerson Riveros, Alex Bradford, Dom Thatcher, and George Wilson finishing first place, actually beating their preliminary time by 4 seconds. A 4-second surpass of their preliminary time. Phenomenal.
Tell you what, you think adrenaline kicks in when you're talking about swimming in the county championships, any county championships, any championships, period. My goodness, what a great swim by the Chesapeake Cougars.
Moving on now to our second heat. In lane 1 is the South River Seahawks. In lane 2, the Severn Run Wolves. In lane 3, the Broadneck Bruins. In lane 4, your Crofton High School, help me out here, Crofton
Cardinals.
Jeez, there it is. The Crofton Cardinals. In lane 5, Severna Park Falcons. In lane 6, your Annapolis Panthers. In lane 7, the Arundel Wildcats. And in lane 8, the Old Mill Patriots. Apologies, Cardinals. As a thanks, they're in third, not far behind. As thanks, they're in first, actually. There's your get back. You're in first place in this relay. It is in second, lane 5, Severna Park Falcons. And in lane 3, in third, the Broadneck Bruins. The Crofton Cardinals and Severna Park Falcons are neck and neck, as it is Aiden Pollock in the water now for Severna Park. Connor Stropp was in for Crofton, but all of them now have their third swimmers in the water.
Yeah, half a second between first and second, Crofton and Severna Park.
It is neck and neck as they are fighting to see who will be first to get their final swimmers in the water. For Crofton, it's JT Brown, and for Severna Park, it's Brendan Para.
Oh,
And
huge dive in the pool. Huge dive in the pool
What
for
a
Crofton.
dive as they're out to a huge lead. Para of Severna Park trying to catch up, and a great push-off. The Crofton Cardinals swimmers spending a third of the pool underwater as they will cruise to a first-place finish. Severna Park finds second, and Broadneck finds third. All A teams in the water for this one. In third, your Broadneck Bruins with a time of 1:33.25. In second, the Severna Park Falcons at the time of 1:31.98. And in first, the Crofton Cardinals with a time of 1:29.85. Those Crofton Cardinals are JT Brown, Ryan Medlick, Connor Stroop, and Braden Servin.
Great job there as we head to the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. And two heats. Lane 1 is empty. Lane 8 is empty. And in between those lanes, lane 2, Glen Burnie. Lane 3, Chesapeake. Lane 4, North County. Lane 5, Southern. Lane 6, Meade. Lane 7, South River. Heat 1 of 2 in the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. Wonder while I have a moment here, try to squeeze this in because we need to. The great head coaches of all these schools.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go right down in alphabetical order. Annapolis's Al Gruber. Arundel's Rachel Miller. Broadneck's Colleen Winans. Chesapeake's Jen Thatcher. Crofton's Catherine Ganley. Glen Burnie's Jennifer Bistrak. Meade's Kara Blair. North County's Cassie McLemore. Northeast's Annie Kidwell. Old Mills, Ellen Hayes. Severn Run's Claire Bowser. Severna Park's Trevor Brinton. South Rivers, Charles Swenson. And Southern's coach, love her name. Here we go. I'm going to give it my best go again. Caitlin Dumonso der Bergendahl. I am so ready for the Olympics when I get home from here, but I don't want to leave. Is it possible to stay for a longer amount of time? This is so much fun. Just a tremendous 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championship. Again, thanks so much to our great folks from Media Services, Design and Print Services, our media folks who have done a tremendous job of setting things up. That's why you're seeing the pool. That's why you're seeing the timing board. It takes a lot of work behind the scenes to make a broadcast like this happen. And Spencer, you know, they see you and me, but it is way more than that. Good swimming here. First place in lane 7 is South River. Second place in lane 3 is Chesapeake. Third place is Meade in lane 6.
In a lane 7 win by 16 seconds.
Huge
that
win.
Is phenomenal for the South River Seahawks A team. They're in lane 7. Their preliminary time was not first or second or third, and they won by 16 seconds. Phenomenal swim by all 4 of those swimmers.
Again, Meade finishes third, Chesapeake finishes second, and the South River Seahawks take first place in Heat 1 of 2 in the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. Heat 2 of 2. Buckle down, friends. Here we go. Lane 1, Old Mill. Lane 2, Crofton. Lane 3, Severn Run. Lane 4, Severna Park. Lane 5, Broadneck. Lane 6, Annapolis. Lane 7, Arundel. Lane 8, Northeast. Again, lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, all the way moving your eyes up the screen to lane 8 at the top. Here we go. Well, I'm not sure if it can be. I mean, how do you figure that? Everybody was under the. That was a heck of a start. That's why these
rhythm.
That's why these swimmers are at the beginning. Man. Lanes 4 and 6 are neck and neck. That's Severna Park in lane 4, Annapolis in lane 6, who continues to surprise here tonight. Severna Park now with a great second entry in the pool, Spencer. That was a great dive in by Severna Park, and they take a 2-body length lead. Battle for second between lanes 3, 5, and 6. That's Severn Run, Broadneck, and Annapolis. Severna Park extends their lead with their third leg swimmer. And that is Macy Rice.
Phenomenal job by Severna Park there. Have a huge lead right now over the rest of the pool in this relay.
Well, and you know who they've got last? They've got one of the best in KK Sullivan. Watch her hit the water and go. I mean, better not blink, because
she just cleared half the pool.
Yeah, she's going to stretch it out here. Severna Park's going to bring this one home unless something miraculous happens, like what happened in the Olympic ice hockey event of 1980. You remember that, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It is the Severna Park Falcons pulling away at 1:43.11 in first. Who comes in second? Severn Run at 1:46.28 in lane 3. And in lane 5, the Broadneck Bruins finish in third at 1:47.27. Well, that was an impressive swim by your school, Spencer, the Severna Park Falcons.
I want to give a big shout out to those Severn Run Wolves. They did not have the second best qualifying time coming in here tonight, this particular event, and they found a way to get second. Phenomenal perseverance. Definitely our underdogs from Severn Run. Great job by them to find second place.
They took second place by about 1 second. How about that? So third place, the Broadneck Bruins. Second place, the Severn Run Wolves. And in first place for the women's 200-yard freestyle relay, the Severna Park Falcons, Logan Ward, Lena Rausch, Macy Rice, and KK Sullivan.
Here we have our 19th event. We have 6 events remaining following this 4-heat 100-yard backstroke. In Heat 1, in Lane 3, we have Jaden Smith of Glen Burnie. In Lane 4, Justin Gomez of North County. In Lane 5, Elijah Mundo of Meade High School. There will be 3 more heats after this, all of which will be full pool heats. But right now, we have Lane 5 leading 4, leading 3. That is Elijah Mundo of Meade High School, leading Gomez of North County. Not far behind at all is Smith of Glen Burnie. It'll be Mundo as the first to hit the turn.
I tell you, we have so many Anne Arundel County Public Schools swimming fans here tonight that there is a layer of fans sitting on the rugged floor in the bleacher section. It's the biggest crowd I've ever seen for swimming.
Great students, great parents, great fans. We have great producers here at Anne Arundel County. Phenomenal athletics program. And it is a clear neck-and-neck race for lanes 4 and 5. They've taken a clear lead over lane 3, Smith of Glen Burnie. It's going to be between Elijah Mundo of Meade, and Justin Gomez of North County. And here is lane 4. That is Justin Gomez, who's been behind this whole entire race, taking a slight edge over Elijah Mundo. We'll see if he can finish first. And he extends his lead to a body like he was behind the entire race. Great pacing by Gomez to find his first place finish from North County. Following him, Elijah Mundo of Meade High School. And not far behind with about 12 yards to go is Jaden Smith of Glen Burnie.
I have to say this. In a casual swim, the backstroke is my favorite. In a competition, not so much. I'm thinking, man alive, just the ability is in the wall. I mean, what a great swim by Gomez.
Round out that top 3. It was Jaden Smith, the time of 1:58.50. it was Elijah Mundo at the time of 1:39.75 in second, and Justin Gomez of 1:39.99. Here in this second heat of 4, we have Luke Mitzner of Northeast High School. We have Gavin Washbell of Southern. We have Landon Kuiper of Arundel. Luke Berger of Severn Run in lane 4. In lane 5, we have Taleen Killebrew of Arundel. In lane 6, Connor Knight of Meade High School. In lane 7, Jet Villa of Chesapeake. In lane 8, Kevin Caton of Southern.
Tell you what, I want to give another shout out as we continue to give shout outs. As you see all of the volunteers and workers in the fluorescent yellow vests, they are our timers down on the deck. And there are a number of folks down on the deck who are, again, just integral parts of making this county championship a success. So thanks so much to them.
It takes a village to put on an event like this. And huge thanks to all of those who are helping us out, volunteers and paid. Right now, it is lane 6. That is Connor Knight of Meade High School having a clear lead over the rest of the pack. He'll finish first. Following him is lane 3, Luke Kuiper of Arundel. In lane 4, Landon Kuiper of Arundel, and in lane 4, Luke Berger of Severn Rod. A great race by Jet Villa of Chesapeake to finish first. Rounding out that top 3, Luke Berger with a time of 1:15.89. Landon Kuiper of Arundel, the time of 1:14.72. And, not Jet Villa, that was Knight. I misspoke. That would be Connor Knight of the Glen Burnie Gophers in first with a time of 1:13.35.
Yeah, Jet Villa had a great swim, but I was going to say, my goodness, Connor Knight of Meade has had himself a night here at these championships. He's been involved in a lot of races, and he has done well for the Mustangs.
And here we have heat number 3. In lane 1.
Shout out to Dominic Dineline, by the way, for that Meade. Pardon.
Oh, absolutely. In lane 1, it is Corey Steelman of Old Mill High School. Lane 2, Alex Slingluff of Severn Run. Lane 3, Lucas Smith of Crofton High School. Lane 4, William Ferguson of Severna Park. Lane 5, Jonathan Ratty of South River. Lane 6, Grayson Willamore of Glen Burnie. Lane 7, Brode Cash of Annapolis. And in lane 8, Kamari Rice of Northeast. And here we have lane 4 coming off to an early lead. That is Ferguson of Severna Park. And it looks like it's lanes 5 and 7 battling for second. And lane 7 taking the lead. That's Brode Cash of Annapolis. And a clear, far away first place finish. A battle for second and third. Who will it be? Second will go to Cash in lane 7 of Annapolis. Third, Ratty in lane 5 comes out of nowhere to get third place. Did not come out of nowhere. Smith of Crofton came out of nowhere to slide into fourth and almost get third. His time was only 0.2 of a second slower than third place.
I tell you what, I don't know if Annapolis swimmers are swimming for this reason amongst, of course, they want to swim for their team, but of course, we have been saying all year long during our Al Smith Bob Hook Memorial pregame shows, halftime reports, postgame shows in honor and memory of the Hall of Fame boys basketball coach at Annapolis, John Brady, who passed away recently. Tell you what, the Panthers are swimming like they're swimming for their head coach of their boys basketball team for a long, long time. John Brady, the winningest coach in Maryland high school basketball history.
They've had an incredible night to find themselves in second place here tonight. Here in lane 5 is Servant of Crofton. And what about the rest of them? That's your wonder. In lane 1, we have Reese Garrahy of Severna Park. Lane 2, Colton Wainscott of South River. Lane 3, Braden Miller of Broadneck High School. Lane 4, Nolan Ryder of Broadneck. Lane 5, Braden Servant of Crofton. Lane 6, Julian Rager of Old Mill. Lane 7, Christopher Locke of North County. It's going to be lanes 5 and 6, neck and neck for first. It'll be Ryder of Broadneck getting first, Servant of Crofton getting second, and Rager of Old Mill getting third. And in lane 8, we have Sam Boder of Annapolis High School. What a finish there First and second place separated by 21 hundredths of a second.
Well, that is a feel-good third for Rage there, because we thought he was going to finish in the top 3 in a previous race where all of a sudden a swimmer came out of the middle of nowhere to finish in first. He got bumped down to 4th, and this time he is able to get the bronze.
Phenomenal swim there for Rager. As we move on to the women's 100-yard backstroke.
Well, go ahead and tell us third, second, and first again. I may have cut you off there, which I didn't mean to. My apologies.
In third is Julian Rager. In second is Braden Servin. And in first was Ryder Nolan of Broadneck High School.
Yeah, great job there of Old Mill, Crofton, and Broadneck. Great job there. Old Mill, Crofton, Broadneck all get some big points in that race. And now it's the women's 100-yard backstroke, up and back twice, as we have 4 swimmers right in the middle of the pool. It's North County's Emma McCready in lane 3. Lane 4, Kaylee Gomez of Glen Burnie. Lane 5, Farah Falani of Glen Burnie. And lane 6, Victoria Ortiz of North County. This is a battle of the Knights and the Gophers here.
No kidding.
Knights in lanes 3 and 6, Gophers in lanes 4 and 5. And a nice lead right now in lane 4 by Kaylee Gomez. Oh, look at the battle for second.
It's a good one.
Lane 3, Emma McCready of North County. Lane 5, Farah Falani of Glen Burnie. Officials everywhere. We thank them for being a part of our championships. Tell you what, and not only are they our officials for our championships, but they're some of the very, very best.
Absolutely.
And we've seen that in our basketball contests where we have gotten some of the best officials in games that we've called on the NFHS network. And again, a reminder that this is on AACPS TV. You can go to aacps.org/YouTube, and this will be on demand if you missed any portion of our 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championships. You'll definitely want to go back and take a look. Maybe even revisit some of the races which started at the very beginning. I mean, right from the start, it got hot and heavy, as it is Kaylee Gomez of Glen Burnie finishing in first. It is Farah Falani of Glen Burnie finishing second as the Gophers finish 1-2, and finishing in third is Emma McCready of North County. That's McCready of North County in third. It is Falani of Glen Burnie in second, and Kaylee Gomez of Glen Burnie in first. Heat 2 of 4, women's 100-yard backstroke. Heat 2 includes, we have full pools coming up in heats 2, 3, and 4. Lane 1, Noelle Ballard, Meade. Lane 2, Erica Smith, Southern. Lane 3, Chloe Rhodes, Northeast. Lane 4, Charlotte Shinamon, Old Mill. Lane 5, Taylor Martini, Old Mill. Lane 6, Lillian Martin, Southern. Lane 7, Brooke Smith, Severn Run. And Lane 8, Sophie Hendrickson, Meade. Well, you look at some of these names in these next 3 heats, this one coming up that I just mentioned in the next 2, and you see multiple sport athletes, which means pretty much anything can happen. You know, if you're a multiple sport athlete, you know, they're going for the gusto, they're going for the record as the second heat swimmers hit the water. They get ready to push off the wall, which is the hardest start of all, by the way.
Yeah.
You love to dive in and get that push off the block. In this case, it is a push off the wall, and here they go. Oh, I love the push off by lanes 4, 5, and 6. Really good starts by Old Mill's Charlotte Shinamon, Old Mill's Taylor Martini, and Southern's Lillian Martin. And they hit the wall nearly simultaneously. Up and back 2 times. kind of interesting because both Old Mill and Southern have royal blue in their colors. Old Mill, of course, red, white, and royal blue. Southern with the yellow and royal blue. So you're looking at the middle of the pool and you're seeing royal blue caps.
And it is like a stair step between lanes 6, 5, and 4. I think I counted that right.
It is.
I mean, phenomenal swimmers, all swimming with great endurance. 100-yard backstroke, one of the hardest strokes to swim for a long period of time.
That was darn good counting. See that Oak Hill education? Oak Hill Elementary. Shout out to Oak Hill. Gotta love it. I always talk about my Rippling Woods education. Lane 4, Charlotte Shineman has led from start to finish, and she will win this heat. Her teammate, Taylor Martini, just above her in lane 5, will finish in second, and it is Lillian Martin finishing in third. So they started that way, and they finished that way.
Wow.
It is Martin of Southern in third. It is Martini of Old Mill, 23-46. But hang tight. There's some cheering going on the deck. Look at that. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Even the swimmers in the pool continue to cheer. And there it is. Good finish by all of our swimmers.
Yeah, just you love the sportsmanship in the UI here at these county championships. It's not over until everyone hits that wall, and they're making sure those swimmers know.
It's a great community swimming for sure. Heat 3 of 4 in the women's 100-yard backstroke. Lane 1, Isabella Estes, Arundel. Lane 2, Emma Mietzner, Northeast. Lane 3, Bobby Parker, Arundel. Lane 4, Riley Hurd, South River. Lane 5, Carly Muller, Crofton. Lane 6, Aaron Bauer, Annapolis. Lane 7, Kaylee Hare, Chesapeake. Lane 8, Claire Bianchi, Chesapeake. Nice start in lane 4 by Hurd of South River. She hits the wall first, but less than a half body length behind her is Crofton's Carly Muller. Now stretching out the lead a bit in lane 4 is Hurd. She hits the wall first on the second 50.
And a phenomenal lead here in lane 4 for Riley Hurd. I mean, no lead is safe in these county championships.
No.
But it's a great job to be already out to a body length lead on the back when you start your back 50. So she's doing a phenomenal job.
Well, lanes 3, 6, 7, and 8, there's a huge battle for third, and that is Bobby Parker of Arundel, Aaron Bauer of Annapolis, Kaylee Hare of Chesapeake, and Claire Bianchi of Chesapeake, and it is Hurd by 41/100ths of a second over Muller. It is Riley Hurd of South River finishing first. Coming on strong, finishing second, is Crofton's Carly Muller, and in a tie for third.
Oh my God!
How about that in lanes 1 and 3? Is a tie for third, 1:15.95. That is Isabella Estes and Bobby Parker. Estes of Arundel, Bobby Parker of Arundel. So how about that? So Bobby Parker of Arundel and Isabella Estes of Arundel finishing in third. Carly Muller of Crofton finishing in second. And South River's Riley Hurd finishing in first. Heat 4 of 4. Lane 1. It is Reese Corey, Severna Park. Lane 2, Bella Canaday, Severn Run. Lane 3, Lulu Hersey, South River. Lane 4, Logan Ward, Severna Park. Lane 5, Elizabeth Stevens, Broadneck. Lane 6, Macy Ryder, Broadneck. Lane 7, Lottie Higgins, Crofton. Lane 8, Charlotte Morlock, Annapolis. And it is lane 3 in the lead. That is South River's Lulu Hersey. Can the Riv go back to back? How about this? Here's the turn by a half body length. It is South River's Lulu Hersey finishing first. Pardon me, no.
Wow.
She finishes second. She did, okay. It is Hersey first, Ward in lane 4 second, and Stevens in lane 5 third. So officially, it is incorrect on the scoreboard. We've been told by our officials right next to us. So it is officially Broadneck's Elizabeth Stevens finishing in third. It is Severna Park's Logan Ward finishing in second. And in first place in the women's 100-yard backstroke from the South River Seahawks, it is Lulu Hersey with a time of 1 minute, 1.49 seconds. And that beats her qualifying time of 1:02:09. And here we go to the men's 100-yard breaststroke. 4 heats. Pardon me, 3 heats.
In lane 1, we have Connor Smith of Chesapeake. 2, Aaron Hunt of Old Mill. Lane 3, Save Rodriguez Rivera of North County. Lane 4, Thomas Himmelberger of Arundel. Lane 5, Carson Tolley of Severn Run. Lane 6, Ryan Humans of Southern. And in lane 7, Killian Junkins of Southern.
What I wanted to say is 3 heats, but I really want 4.
An early lead for lane 5, that's Tolley of Severn Run. Not far behind is Himmelberger of Arundel. And 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th all finishing near simultaneous battle between lanes 4 and 5 for first. Tolley hit the wall first, and he seems to be in the lead right now as he will get the spin first on this second half of the final split. Here comes Himmelberger, not far behind. Don't look now. Tolley, though, has extended his lead to about a body length. Can Himmelberger catch up? And it looks like not, as Tolley of Severn Run will take home first place. Himmelberger in second. Here comes the battle for third between Rodriguez, Rivera, and Humans in lane 3 and 6. It'll be Humans in lane 6 by such a small amount, as he will find third place to round out that top 3. It is Ryan Humans of Southern with a time of 1:25.98. Thomas Himmelberger of Arundel, time of 1:18.77, and Carson Tolley of Severn Run with a time of 1:16.26.
I want to say a shout out on the deck before everything started. Hayden Moore of Southern said, hey, watch out for the Bulldogs. And right there, heck of a swim, finishing third by Ryan Humans of Southern. The Bulldogs have been barking tonight.
Entering our second heat now in lane 1, we have Zach Black of Severn Run. Lane 2, Chase Hooray of Crofton. Hooray. Lane 3, Kyle Burning of Severna Park. Lane 4, George Wilson of Chesapeake High School. Lane 5, Aiden de Los Angeles of Glen Burnie. Lane 6, Oliver Spranger of Old Mill. Lane 7, Ludovic Viernes of South River, In lane 8, William Ackerman of Severna Park.
And we're getting a chance now. We saw Oliver Spranger's sister in the water. We get a chance to see Oliver, one of those swimmers we talked about before on our Athletes in Action show, who's continued to be an improved swimmer, and he's right in the thick of it.
It's lane 4, lane 4, Wilson, who has the lead over lane 3, Kyle Burning. And Wilson of Chesapeake will hit the wall first.
Together, another brother-sister combo. George Wilson, a great swimmer. So is his sister on the Chesapeake Cougars.
And Wilson on that final 25 just sprinted ahead of the rest of the pack, as he will get first place with a 35-second split. And it was razor thin for second and third between De Los Angeles and Burning. De Los Angeles will get it from Glen Burnie and Kyle Burning of Severna Park. So to round out that top 3, Kyle Burning will finish in third with a time of 1:09.90. De Los Angeles of Glen Burnie will finish in second with a time of 1:09.66. And George Wilson of Chesapeake High School with a time of 1:06.52 finds first in the second heat. Entering our final heat now, we have Morgan Holbert of Annapolis in lane 1. Nolan Hondorf of Broadneck in lane 2. Robert Donnelly of Annapolis in lane 3. Cole Haynes of Broadneck in lane 4. Nathan Collin of Arundel in lane 5. JT Brown of Crofton in lane 6. Josh Lee of South River in lane 7. And Mason Fuller of Glen Burnie in lane 8. It is neck and neck between lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7 and 8 not far behind. It'll be lane 3, Donnelly of Arundel hitting the wall first, followed by Cole Haynes and Colin. And this is anyone's race. Cole Haynes of Broadneck in second, Donnelly of Arundel in first. It'll be Robert Donnelly hitting the wall first, but watch out, Cole Haynes with a great push-off. He is coming up close. It's about a head of a difference. Who's going to get it? Donnelly has the lead. Haynes trying to catch up, and it's going to be Donnelly finishing in first, Haynes of Broadneck in second, and Colin of Arundel in third.
Some big points there for the Annapolis Panthers.
Rounding out that top 3, it will be Nathan Collin of Arundel High School at a time of 101.66. Cole Haynes of Broadneck at the time of 1 minute and 0.03 seconds. And we'll call it sub-minute. Why not? Let's give it to him.
There you go.
And in lane 3, Robert Donnelly of Annapolis with a time of 59:15.
Tell you what, 58.45 by Mike Seberg back in 2013 was the record. Donnelly was close to that. My goodness. And, of course, Nathan Collin, who finished third for Arundel there, has already set a county record tonight in the 50. So here we go with the women's 100-yard breaststroke. We have 4 heats, 3 swimmers. In the first heat, lane 3 will be Trilby Moore of Meade. Lane 4, Ryan Mullins of Southern. And lane 5, London Gonzalez of North County. This is up and back twice. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but after this one, we have 1 event left for each, the men and the women. And it will be the exciting 400-yard freestyle relay. But we still have 3 more heats of the women's 100-yard breaststroke, and this one is not complete. And it is lane 5. And we see that, unfortunately, Ryan Mullins of Southern unable to swim in this one, so it is a pair of swimmers, Trilby Moore and the leader, London Gonzalez of North County. Gonzalez in lane 5. Moore in lane 3. What is your opinion while we have a moment, Spencer? You look at, I mean, obviously the freestyle. Everybody loves the freestyle. They love the doggy paddle, as they say, but it's more than the doggy paddle when it comes to competition, obviously. But in your opinion, between the backstroke, the breaststroke, and the butterfly, obviously the backstroke, you have no idea where you're going. You've got to know, not to run into the lane line, that type of thing. You've got to be on track. The breaststroke, that obviously is working the abs. That is working the chest area. And then the butterfly is working the rotators. Which one is the most difficult in your mind?
Well, considering I couldn't do 2 of those when I swam, being the professional that I am, I'd have to give it to the butterfly.
Okay.
Doing the backstroke, it's one simple motion. The butterfly you're at the higher range of motion. And I remember being just terrible about both of those, but I think it's probably the butterfly.
And how about that? Trilby Moore comes from behind to take the victory in that one. So London Gonzalez of North County finishes in second. Trilby Moore of Meade finishes in first. Heat 2 of 4, women's 100-yard breaststroke. Lanes 1 and 8 are empty. Lane 2, Emmy Bauer, Northeast. Lane 3, Riley Hardesty, Southern. Lane 4, Tegan Rodenheiser, Chesapeake. Lane 5, Leanne Restivo, Old Mill. Lane 6, McKenna Orell, Meade. Lane 7, Alyssa Doyle, Old Mill. 6 swimmers, and then our pool gets full the next 2 heats. All 8 lanes will be filled, and again, lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, working your way to the top, is lane 8.
And this is neck and neck between lanes 3, 4, and 5 right now. They all finished roughly the same time within...
Right, half a second between Restivo of Old Mill in first, Rodenheiser of Chesapeake in second, Hardesty of Southern in third. I mean, they were within a half a second of one another. And now getting involved in things is lane 6. That is Orel. McKenna says, wait a second. I want to be part of the party.
And here she comes, actually taking a third place spot.
Potentially. Lane 4, still the leader. That is Tegan Rodenheiser, and she does finish first. Restivo finishes second, Hardesty third. So that's lane 4, Tegan Rodenheiser of Chesapeake with a time of 1:26.79 finishes first. Old Mills, Leanne Restivo finishes second, and Southern's Riley Hardesty finishes third. Hardesty of Southern in third, Restivo of Old Mill in second, and Tegan Rodenheiser of Chesapeake finishes first. Heat 3 of 4. Women's 100-yard breaststroke. A full pool. Lane 1, Audrey Fleischman, Broadneck. Lane 2, Gabby Wilson. That's George's sister from Chesapeake. Lane 3, Sammy Weimer, Severn Run. Lane 4, Sage McGonigal, South River. Lane 5, Skylar Brown, Crofton. Lane 6, Noah Ross, Annapolis. Lane 7, Sam Wills, Arundel. Lane 8, Liliana Brzeski, Annapolis. And it is lane 5 hitting first, up and back twice. That is Skylar Brown. Not ahead by more than about a body length. She is being tested by lane 4's Sage McGonigal of South River and lane 6's Noah Ross of Annapolis, who are in second and third respectively.
And I'll tell you what, it is, you saw in just that last race, fourth place comes back, makes it vie for third. I mean, I'm looking at all these swimmers. They're maybe within 2 body lengths of each other. Anyone could be getting first, second, third in this one. It is just tight. Always so close tonight.
Tight between lanes 3, 4, and 5 by about a body length with the yellow cap. It is still Crofton's Skylar Brown. Coming up tight in lane 4 is Sage McGonigal, who's going to hit. It is Brown of Crofton. McGonigal with a close second. And in third, it is Noah Ross of Annapolis. What a finish. The difference between first and second place was 38 hundredths of a second. Finishing in third again, it was Noah Ross of Annapolis. Finishing second, Sage McGonigal of South River. And finishing in first, it was Crofton's Skylar Brown. Heat 4 of 4. Fasten up, friends. Here we go. Lane 1, Iris Whiteman, Northeast. Lane 2, Emily Davis, Crofton. Lane 3, Lena Roush, Severna Park. Lane 4, Caroline Martin, South River. Lane 5, Eleanor Moran, Broadneck. Lane 6, Evie Von Berg, North County. Lane 7, Libby Mules, Severna Park. Lane 8, AJ Shamate, Arundel.
They're all going to hit the wall at almost the same exact time.
Phew. That was a splash wave over at the first touch. I mean, dead even, maybe by a neck in lane 4. Quick touch by Caroline Martin of South River. She is being cheered on by her Seahawks. She leads by a half a body length. If this doesn't get you ready for the Winter Olympics in Milan, nothing will. And for those of you watching this 2 years from now, if this doesn't get you ready for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, nothing will. We'll have another swim championship or two before that, as here we come down the home stretch. Lane 4, it is South River's Caroline Martin with a big victory. Finishing in second is Broadneck's Eleanor Moran. And coming in third from Severna Park, it is Lena Roush.
And what a swim for Martin of South River. Coming down to that final 25, everyone was neck and neck, and she won that race by about a full body, like 2-second lead. And it was maybe head and shoulders of a difference. It was so close, and she just pulled away, paced herself very well to pull it out in that final 25.
Really well done. Severna Parks, Lena Roush finishes in third. Second place is Broadneck's Eleanor Moran. And finishing in first in the women's 100-yard breaststroke is Caroline Martin of South River. Oh, my goodness. Here we are.
Here we are.
We are at the home stretch, and it is the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Final event for the men tonight. 2 more heats. Lanes 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8 are empty. In lane 3, we have your Severn Run Wolves A team. In lane 4, your Southern High School A team. In lane 5, your Old Mill Patriot A team. I don't even know why I'm saying it. All the teams are A teams tonight. And early on, it looks like it is an Old Mill lead as they are racing here in this freestyle relay.
Yeah, the Patriots went from third to first just like that. And again, in the 400, that means each swimmer goes up and back 2 times because each swimmer has to take 100 yards of the 400. See, that Ripley Woods education does come into play. A little bit of division.
And let me tell you what, I mean, it looks Old Mill as a big lead right now, but you just never know. All these guys have different swimmers on their teams, and you never know who will get in the water, how each individual will do when they find their way into the water. But it's going to be a good start for Old Mill as they finish their second split in 31 seconds and have their first swimmer about half the length of the pool ahead of the rest. Old Mill will hit the wall first, entering the second 25 of this first split of the second swimmer's 100. It's a bit of a mouthful. And here is lane 4, Southern not far behind. Severn Run chasing, trying to find second place. Here's Old Mill entering the final 50 to get halfway through their first race.
Wow, this is a great swim by Old Mill, no doubt. And what a battle here for second, as it looks like Southern starts to pull away just a little bit.
And Old Mill's got to be thinking full speed ahead because you just never know what could happen on nights like tonight.
I tell you what, these times are really good by these 3 schools for heat 1 of 2. Severn Run, Southern, and Old Mill. They're putting up some good times here.
And Old Mill will get their third swimmer in the water after 2:01.11. That is phenomenal time to get your second swimmer in the water. They're on pace to crush their qualifying seed time. As now pulling away into a clear second is Southern High School. Old Mill finishing that split in 32 seconds. Southern with a very nice 30-second split. As here is Old Mill trying to keep their lead. I'll tell you what, those Southern Bulldogs, they've cut it down from what was half the pool a person ago, maybe 100 yards ago. It is now around a body length plus a little bit, maybe 2 body lengths.
Depends on if you're Shaquille O'Neal's height or if you're my height. 5'11" versus 7 foot something.
It'll come down to these final swimmers. How can they do? Here comes Southern.
Yeah,
trying to catch up to Old Mill.
2 good dives in the water there, both by Old Mill and Southern, and the Bulldogs getting close.
And look at him, he's racing to catch up, and a bit of a rough push-off. Does he have the endurance? They're both about to enter their final 50 yards, and Southern's taking the lead. They've been behind by half a length or more this whole race, and now they're in first after a 28-second split by Michael J. Forrester.
Yeah, he's really smooth. Look at how comfortable he looks swimming. He's pulling a lot of water underneath him, not a lot of splash.
And Michael J. Forrester, I don't know, did they give you the game noodle? Whatever it is, he's got to get one because that is an incredible performance. He's now a third of the length of the pool ahead. He started off maybe a third behind.
I tell you what, do not count out Severn Run here. They are catching up. They've been in third this whole time as Southern finishes first, but looks like Old Mill's going to be able to hold off the Wolves.
And Old Mill was in first for the first around 330 yards of that 400 relay. In the end, Southern will win by 9 seconds. That was an incredible 100 yards. Michael J. Forrester giving it all for your Southern Bulldogs. Jeremiah Berryhill, Hayden Moore, Killian Junkins, Michael J. Forrester. In second was the Old Mill Patriots, and in third, the Severn Run Wolves.
Well, and that's why Forrester is the anchor bowler there, as they say, the anchor swimmer. He was tremendous.
Here in the final heat, any man will swim in Anne Arundel County Championships 2026. In lane 1, Chesapeake High School. In lane 2, South River. In lane 3, the Annapolis Panthers. In lane 4, Broadneck High School. In lane 5, the Severna Park Falcons. And in lane 6, the Arundel Wildcats. Lane 7 has Crofton High School. Lane 8 is vacant. Right now, it is lane 4, the Broadneck Bruins taking the lead over lane 3, the Annapolis Panthers, who find themselves in second here early. Though if last game was any indicator, Broadneck's going to get last.
Cannot predict tonight.
Here is the Annapolis Panthers and the Broadneck Bruins getting their swimmers in the water at almost the same time. Broadneck with a 26-second heat. Same for Severna Park as they're making an effort to catch up. But really, it looks like right now, Broadneck and Annapolis clear 1 and 2 as the battle for third is close between, that is Broadneck and Severna Park. They're clear 1 and 2. Battle for third is between Annapolis and South River. As Broadneck begins to pull away from Severna Park's Nathan Kelly. Severna Park behind by about a body length as Annapolis is in third by about half a body length. Broadneck will get their next swimmer in the water. This is their third after just a minute 40. Severna Park only 2 seconds behind. They'll hit the wall, trying to catch up underwater. It's still Broadneck maintaining a steady body length lead.
Should I go ahead and predict a record right now?
Go ahead.
I'm just going to predict a record. Coming up, the record time to beat's 3:13.21.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, now that you mention it, it sure is looking like it. Here comes Broadneck High School. A body like the head of Severna Park as they have been. Still, Annapolis and Severn Run are literally neck and their necks might be aligned with each other. Broadneck will finish first. Severna Park in second. And Severn Run pulls ahead by half a body length for a third place finish, getting their fourth swimmer in the water. It is Cole Haynes, who else, for Broadneck High School, and Roderick Kelly for Severna Park. Haynes takes about a 2 body length lead. He is having a phenomenal swim. Severna Park with a 23-second split as they're trying to just stay in this race. But here comes Cole Haynes of Broadneck to get the first place finish for Broadneck High School. There it is, Severna Park in second. Who's it going to be, Annapolis or Severn Run? And it will be Annapolis outdueling South River, finishing with a very strong 26-second split, getting third place to round out the final men's heat of the night. In third, the Annapolis Panthers with a time of 3:29.43. In second, the Severna Park Falcons at the time of 3:23.25. And in first place, your Broadneck Bruins at the time of 3:19.60. As we will enter the final event of the 2026 AACPS County Championships.
Unbelievable. What a great call there, Spencer, on the men. Great job, and what an exciting finish. We'll finish up things with the women here the exciting women's 400-yard freestyle relay, 2 heats. Heat number 1, lane 3, Glen Burnie. Lane 4, Southern. Lane 5, Old Mill. And wow, the 3 pretty even. Lanes 4 and 5, that's Southern and Old Mill hit the wall at just about the same time. Tell you, looking at those scores, I don't even know what to think. It is, we've seen Broadneck win some, we've seen Severna Park win some, we've seen Crofton win some. I tell you, Annapolis, regardless of where the Panthers finish tonight, they have been the surprise of the 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championships. They have performed out of their minds tonight. I got a chance to see their coach down on the pool deck. He, in his Hawaiian shirt, he was ready to go. We were talking Hawaii, so he was all. Old Mill starts to pull ahead a bit, and Southern in second in lane 4. And swimming hard in lane 3 is Glen Burnie. With the silver caps, by the way. Like the silver. Swim here by Old Mill, very smooth.
Southern will be attempting to find themselves another comeback like they had in the men's first heat with the women's. We had a glitch on the scoreboard that said Glen Burnie had a 0.74 second split.
There you go. Well, that's like you were saying, a 30-something second. That would definitely, if there was a 30-something second heat, that is a record holder to keep. Oh, my. Wow, a good swim here. Old Mill maintaining the lead, but coming back in second is Southern as both swimmers hit the wall. And it is almost even in lanes 4 and 5. Southern looking to take the advantage. And it looks like they do. They do. Missing the wall there was Southern, and Old Mill maintains.
It's going to be a close one.
Just about an even keel. But Southern able to push ahead here. Good recovery by the Bulldogs. And that was Izzy Gould who recovered well. Her sister Abby was the first leg. And now she hands things off to a very good swimmer in Riley Hardesty. Hardesty trying to now maintain the lead that the Bulldogs have taken over as of leg number 3. They are in their final 50. Old Mill trying to see if they can catch up. This is Naomi Hamid. Pardon me. This is Maddie Nevy, should I say. Maddie Nevy for Old Mill. Naomi Hamid is the last swimmer for Glen Burnie.
The Southern Bulldogs, again, they were down early, and just like they did in the men's heat of this exact same relay, they were able to find their way back, and they've clawed into a comfortable first place. impressive endurance by the Southern Bulldogs team.
Yeah, great job by Southern. As the Bulldogs finish in first, I was going to say if anybody could catch up, it'd be Maddie Nevy, her mom, Holly Nevy. Back in the day, Holly Schaefer was a great student athlete at Old Mill High School, but it is Southern finishing in first. Old Mill comes in a close second, and Glen Burnie looking to finish a determined third. One more up and back for the Gophers. Naomi Hamid digging deep here. Look at her battle. The best part, here we go. Okay, the second best part. Best part is when we get a close finish between first and second. The next best part is when you have a swimmer still swimming in the pool, and here you go. Now you're going to hear the whooping up on the pool deck, hearing the cheering, because everybody in the swimming community looking for swimmers. So listen to this. Great job on the pool deck.
Man,
nice job. Even the swimmers in the pool, again, congratulate the Glen Burnie Gophers who finish in third. The Old Mill Patriots finish in second, and the Southern Bulldogs finish in first. And lo and behold, we have come to our final race of the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. It is heat 2 of 2 of the women's 400-yard freestyle relay. Lane 1, Chesapeake. Lane 2, Annapolis. Lane 3, Severna Park. Lane 4, Crofton. Lane 5, Broadneck. Lane 6, South River. Lane 7, Arundel. Lane 8 is empty. And lanes 3, 4, and 5, Severna Park, Crofton, Broadneck. I tell you what, this could be huge points for whoever takes first place. And I tell you, they're swimming like it.
It was a great dive off by Logan Ward of Severna Park. She cleared over half the pool in her dive and came out in first place. She maintains that now. It is those little things like the dives or the wall taps that sometimes give you the hair that you need to get first place in a race.
I mean, wow. They are stair steps, and they're tiny stair steps. Lane 5, Broadneck. Lane 4, Crofton. Lane 3, Severna Park. And the second leg hits the water at the same time. And look at the swimmer. I mean, they're even in unison swimming left, right, left, right.
Oh, my
Look
goodness.
at them.
It's like marching band.
Synchronized swimming, and you don't even know you're doing it. I'm putting up my 10 card right now. Gold medal. Wow. Look at this. It looks like lanes 3 and 5, Severna Park and Broadneck. And it is Severna Park in first, Broadneck in second, Crofton in third, lanes 3, 5, and 4. South River in lane 6 in fourth.
Incredible swimming here by Severna Park. Severna Park, Crofton, and Broadneck finding themselves in first, second, and third. And what's been really impressive is the dives for Severna Park. Because oftentimes at the end, I've seen the Severna Park swimmers in third, and I blink, look back, they're in first. It's from the dive off.
Yeah, and there it is again. And they've extended their lead, have the Falcons, to about a half body length.
Man.
And they hit the wall first in lane 3. Lane 5 is Broadneck in second. In third, it's Crofton in lane 4. And, I mean, by a head, it is Severna Park.
Maybe ahead. Probably a nosing up.
Yeah, I'm not even going to – I'm going to try to shut up when it gets to the end because it looks like somebody touches first and then somebody else touches first. I'm just going to turn my head left and ask the officials who's first.
Set up for a film finish here.
Wow. Lane 5, Broadneck has taken the lead. Severna Park in second. And now, is that lane 7, South River in third? No, it is Crofton in third. It is Crofton in third in lane 4. South River in fourth in lane 7.
6.
6. Pardon me. That's right. There is no lane 8 in this one. Lane 6. Spencer keeping me in check here. What a wall touch there. Still Severna Park in first. Broadneck in second. Crofton in third. Severna Park in lane 3. Broadneck in lane 5. Battling it out. The Falcons still have the advantage.
Man.
Not by much. Ahead by about a half body length. This is the battle between Mabel Zegowitz for Crofton, KK Sullivan for Annapolis, and Cedar Gallaudet for Broadneck, and it is the Severna Park Falcons. It is official. 3:45.09 for Severna Park in lane 3. Second place.
Crofton came in from behind.
We are showing Crofton finishing in second place by 51 hundredths of a second.
Oh my gosh.
Broadneck in third.
And how about Mabel Zegowitz to come in with a deficit? They were in third by a decently wide margin, maybe a couple body lengths or a third of the pool, and she's able to come back and find that second place finish, ending on a 26-second split after just participating in the entire county championships. I mean, that is just incredible.
That is incredible. The difference between first and third was just over a second and a half. Amazing. Finishing in third is the Broadneck Bruins. Finishing in second, the Crofton Cardinals. And finishing in first place in the women's 400-yard freestyle relay, the Severna Park Falcons. Logan Ward, Maddie Corey, Reese Corey, and KK Sullivan. Which means we have now come to the time where the final totals are being added up, and I have to head down to the pool deck. As Eric Cloyd says, shoo, 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 get down to that pool deck, boy. What a competition we have had. The 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships have come to a conclusion, and so we will have final results in just a few moments. Spencer, I'll leave it up here with you. I'm going to head downstairs, and I'll be back up here to wrap things up with you in just a bit.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with final results here from the Arundel Olympic Swim Center in Annapolis, Maryland, along with Spencer Mann, Wiley Baker, the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships. Final results in just a moment.
Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, 3.
What a night we have had. And again, you could go back and watch this on AACPS TV at aacps.org/YouTube. And I'm gonna try to step away from this. Sorry about that, gentlemen. Sorry. Just don't want that to squeal. All right, so let's start with the women. Why not? Ladies first. Finishing in 14th, Meade. In 13th, Glen Burnie. In 12th, Northeast. In 11th, Southern. In 10th, North County. Tied for 8th, Old Mill and Chesapeake. In 7th, Arundel. In 6th, Severn Run. In 5th, Annapolis. In 4th, South River. Finishing in 3rd with 196 points, the Crofton Cardinals. Finishing in 2nd with 231 points, the Severna Park Falcons. And finishing in 1st place in the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships with 250 points, the Broadneck Bruins. Congratulations to the Broadneck Bruins women's team. We have AACPS Swimming Commissioner Katie Holmes to deliver the championship plaque. Congratulations. Well done. All right, here we go for the men's scores. Finishing in 13th, Northeast. Finishing in 12th, Southern. Finishing in 11th, North County. Finishing in 10th, Glen Burnie. Finishing in 9th, Chesapeake. Finishing in 8th, Severn Run. Finishing in 7th, Old Mill. Finishing in 6th, Arundel. Finishing in 5th, South River. Finishing in 4th, Severna Park. Finishing in 3rd place for the men with 182 points, the Crofton Cardinals. With maybe the surprise performance of the night, we were saying on TV, wow, with 204 points, finishing in 2nd place, the Annapolis Panthers. Well done. And finishing in 1st place for the men in the 2026 Anne Arundel County Public Schools Swimming County Championships, I believe this is back-to-back with 260 points. The champions are the Broadneck Bruins. Here comes Commissioner Katie Holmes with the Broadneck Bruins Men's Championship plaque. Congratulations. On behalf of Anne Arundel County Public Schools Athletics, our great AACPS swimming commissioner, Katie Holmes, our coordinator of athletics, Clayton Culp, we thank you so much for attending the 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championships. We wish you all the very, very best moving forward. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and God bless. So as I put down the microphone here, Spencer Mann and I will stay on the air with you. Congratulations to the Broadneck Bruins. Wow, what a finish for Broadneck as they take the sweep in men's and women's. Spencer, what a night, and I know you have some records to talk about.
Yes, we do. 2 records were broken tonight at this Anne Arundel County Swim County Championships for 2026. First off, in event 7, it was Nathan Collin in the men's 50 freestyle with a time of 21:70. In event 14, it was the women's 100 freestyle with a time of 51:10, Mabel Zegowitz. Both of those are Anne Arundel County Public Schools County Championship records set here today in 2026.
Wow, that is well done. And let's make one more announcement for Katie Holmes real fast. We know we're on AACPS TV. If you did not hear Commissioner Katie Holmes, please make sure you pick up your awards before you leave. And thank you very much. God bless. All right. Well, thank you very much, AACPS TV, for letting me do that. Appreciate it. And Spencer, what a night we've had. We've had so much help behind the scenes as right here in front of us, Eric Cloyd, Chris Kowal, Brian Tankersley, Luke Candelas. We can't do it without our great producers behind the scenes. So many hands help out. Our officials upstairs, John Adey, Eric Moran, Michael O'Bara, and Brent Canaday were fabulous. I've already mentioned Katie Holmes. I've mentioned Clayton Culp. All of our great coaches, student athletes, our great athletic directors. Love having you here, my friend. Spencer Mann, you have been absolutely fabulous, and I appreciate you being with me. Final words about your first ever announcing of the 2020 of the Swimming County Championships. Of course, 2026, because there's only one 2026 Swimming County Championship.
Of course, it was such a fun night tonight. We got to see a lot of comebacks, and the race was never over until that first finisher, and then the last hit the wall. It's a great atmosphere and environment to be in, such great community and sportsmanship here at Anne Arundel County Public Schools. And I'm excited for all of these teams moving forward to see how they do in future championships.
Join us for more championships for sure, but we thank you for watching. Again, this will be on aacps.org/YouTube. You can catch all of it on demand. So for Spencer Mann and our entire AACPS athletics and media team, I'm Wiley Baker. In honor and memory of my mom, Dee Baker, in honor of my dad, Richard, I'll talk to you on the court, on the field, or on the air, and with our next edition of AACPS Championship Athletics on AACPS TV. We hope you've enjoyed the 2026 AACPS Swimming County Championships. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and God bless.